Hey everybody, how's it going? We're back. Another Satisfactory Monday stream. Today's stream is gonna be pretty relaxing, pretty chill. Because if you've seen the last video, it just went out... Was it yesterday? I think yesterday, right? Just went out yesterday. Basically, I'm in Strut F of my big shell building, and things have just been running for a little while. Power seems to be running quite well across the whole... Hang on just one second, this music's kind of loud. There we go. City Skylines next episode update probably tomorrow. Yep, Tuesday. And then it's usually every second day. Brilliant timing, I just lost track of time. I thought, damn, I've missed the start of the stream. Yeah, normally I actually go live at 3, but this one's going live at 4. Again, just bear with me just one sec. Sorry about that. Alright, so yeah, it's going to be a pretty relaxed stream. The two things I wanted to do was basically go out and explore the world a bit more. Haven't really gone out to the eastern side of the map. I'm in need of more power shards, so I thought it'd be fun to just go slug hunting and also just find some... Just expand the map and see these different places, because I actually just genuinely haven't really seen them. I've seen a bit of the desert before, but haven't really been around this area before. So I have a bit of an arsenal with me. I've got some ammo crafted, I've got some obelisks. I don't have much in terms of making... Actually, I suppose it wouldn't actually be that difficult making more of them. But 30 iodine filters should be enough. I'm going to take the Explorer with me. And, yeah, and then we'll come back. Throw some hard drives. If we find some hard drives, that'd be good. But throw some hard drives in the MAM, and then we can maybe do some of the aesthetics for this place. Because this is really just the logistics of the builder in place now. But... Ideally, we'll have like coated concrete, we'll have some maybe asphalt, we'll have metal beams, some lights, things like that. You know, we want to make it look nice. Alright, without any further delay, let's just get out of here. Sick of this place. And go for a little drive or something. And then kind of have a look around the world. And if people want to see anything or do anything in particular, I'm down with that. Easy. Alright, and hello to everybody in chat, by the way. I see people often do that in these streams. They say, like, where they are in the world and what time it is for them. It's kind of interesting. When's that Swedish holiday over? I'm dying for Coffee Stain to get back in the office. Give me my update 8. Update. I guess we'll drive down here and maybe drive along, uncover some of the map, and maybe I'll go up here and have a look for hard drives and also just slug hunts and stuff. Won't be driving too much, I guess. I'll just put down a marker to follow. We see that one on the radar? There we go. Alright, we have a direction. Let's go. We just need some cozy gameplay, indeed. Yeah, I'm nice and relaxed today. It's going to be very chill Let's Play, or not Let's Play, stream. And some people were saying at the beginning, like, oh, who's playing along? That's totally the idea of this. If you're just playing the game yourself, or if you're just hanging out, or it's lunch break, or something like that at the office, I'm just your little companion for the day. Hey, from Holland. Hey, I'm actually... Whoops. God, it's so difficult to drive and reach out at the same time. But I'm actually going to the Netherlands in about a week's time. Going to Amsterdam for about 3 days. My partner, Rosie, works for Tiny Build, the publisher. What the hell? Anyway, she works for Tiny Build, and they have one of their offices based over there, and they invited her over for a while, so I'm just going with her for a bit. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, it's not actually hot where I am at all. The UK has avoided the European heat wave, and I guess the Eastern American heat wave. God, I'm doing awful driving today. Yeah, there's a slug right there. I'm totally not stealing your pipeline walker design. Totally, you're allowed to. Yeah, I had a friend message me just today, and he was like, oh, I'm just catching up on your series, and, yeah, he basically just said the same thing, like, he's gonna take some of the ideas, take some of the build designs. The builds that I'm probably most proud of, or most happy with, okay, this guy's just gonna take it. I'll show in a second, just hit the blueprint designer. Would be the bridge, right? So the kind of dynamic bridge that can have things go underneath it. So I just really like that. I know it's just a bridge. It's not that crazy, but I think it's really dynamic, right? You can kind of use it for so many different things. It's just a good little way to walk around and then also feed things through it and have power go underneath it. I'm also really happy with I don't even know where they are. I guess we could search it this way. Yeah, I don't even know. Can you search all blueprints, or is it just... It's the mining hutch thing, you know? The little enclosure. Oh, there it is. Miner enclosure. So just a little box that wraps around ore. I think that's just a really nice design as well. I don't think it's like an amazing looking design, but it's just, again, so quick and easy for when you see an ore, like a deposit, you just go boop, and you're good to go. Hey, there's some more slugs over there, actually. Go grab those. Afternoon. Late to the party, it would seem. No, not really. We've only just started. We're only streaming for about 10 minutes. Not even 10 minutes. Hey from Sweden. Hello, Andreas. Hello from South Africa, says Danielle. Finishing up your day's work. Nice. I'm just starting mine. That's not true. I've been doing stuff this morning. I'll actually have a sponsored video out on the channel tomorrow. I can't say what it is till tomorrow, but I was working on that. And then I was doing some analytics crunching. I don't really look at my analytics too often, but I was kind of checking out how the series is performing overall, as it's getting, you know, it's 60, 61 episodes now, and it takes longer and longer to do, so I was just checking like how it's kind of performing overall. And I made like a little graph where it compares to all the other series. So this morning was basically just going through like some of my best series and longest running ones, and then just adding in all the episode view counts into Excel, and then stacking them on a graph so I could compare them to each other, see which ones did the best and which ones had the highest fall off. And if I could see any patterns, it's like, oh, a lot of people fell off around episode 30. Like, what happened in that? You know, haven't really crunched it too much, but I just did that this morning. It was kind of interesting to stack them on top of each other. All right, I reckon we might just go on foot from here. I have the beacon thing. It would be good to know. Ooh. We've got a signal already. Oh, there it is. You can see it. Bit of an awkward one to get to, though. Maybe we might be able to zip line up. Sorry, but I have to leave early because I'm going to play COD. So have a good day. Enjoy COD. I haven't played it in a while. I play it every now and then. And I really liked it, actually. I haven't played COD since this one. In maybe 7 or 8 years. And I actually really like it, but I see like big streamers and stuff say they hate it, so I don't know. Can I actually stand on this? No. Alright, let's see. Obviously I can just climb it from a different direction, or I could just build foundations. So let's just move around it and see if we can get up in a bit more of an organic fashion. You doing some hard work? Oh, sorry, you doing same hard work to arrange series. I'm not really sure what that means. Sorry, Sanjay. Zip lines are really handy to get up and click. Yeah, totally. I think I've got enough in my... Whoops. Enough stuff in my inventory for just power poles, and then just link them together and then get rid of them afterwards. So we'll use that in a moment. I wish there was a game mode where you could just design blueprints. Yeah, so I guess I have a mod. Oh, there's another hard drive site right there. I might have got that one already. But using the pack utility mod, you can just activate creative mode, unlock everything, and then just make blueprints. So you could do that, I guess, with mods if you wanted to. But I agree, it'd be nice to have it in the game. Yeah, let's just run up this way, so that way I'm just not playing around trying to get up a cliff for too long. There's a more natural incline over here. So if you just joined, basically I'm just doing a little bit of exploration. I haven't uncovered this part of the map really at all. So it'd be nice just to walk around it for a bit, but I'm in need of slugs so that I can get more power shards. So we're doing a bit of animal control. Can I destroy those? Yeah, it's nobelisks that destroy those things, right? I have filters, so I'm not too worried about them. Alright, looking good. Might turn down the volume of the gun, actually. I know it can be a bit loud. There is Blueprint Designer. I'm sure the person knows about that, but I think he was saying, like, he wished there was a game mode where you just hop in and there's just a Blueprint Designer, you're allowed to fly around it, and you just make blueprints, you know? That's what I assume the person meant. I kind of agree, you know? I sometimes do that, like, I'll just activate creative mode using mods, and then just fly around the Blueprint Designer and design out things. That's how I did the oil, like the oil blueprints, and then I save, like, because the blueprints save between saves, right? So you just save the blueprint and then it's in your game if you need to use it in future. That just makes things a bit quicker and less painful. But also I've just started blueprinting out the little lights that go around the designer, and that allows you to fly around it fully now as well. So that also makes life easier. But of course, if you start a new game, you don't even get blueprints till tier 4. So can you build blueprints before you get a blueprint designer? Or does that part of the menu just not even unlock until you get to that milestone? Actually, I've never thought about that. Because it'd be cool to start a series and just be like, obviously you can't build anything you haven't unlocked, but it'd be nice just to have some blueprints ready to go, like foundations and other things like that. There's creatures all over the place. I'm taking damage. Do I not have filters on? I have my gas mask on. Oh, I don't have regular filters, I just have the radioactive ones. Ah, crap. Sorry, not the radioactive ones. The ones that protect against radiation. Let's break out the... Hang on. Break out the scanner. See what's around me here. So we obviously have enemies. Oh, another hard drive. Apparently below me. Right? Oh, it just disappeared actually, so now I'm not sure. And slugs. There's slugs over this way. I don't think the menu is unlocked until you unlock blueprints, right? Yeah, I imagine that's how it does work. I think the customizer is the same, actually. Loving the content! City Skylines, such a great playthrough to watch and great video this morning. Thanks, Corey. Appreciate that. Yeah, I was playing around City Skylines this morning, thinking about what I'm going to do in the next video. So the next one should be out tomorrow. Probably recorded tonight. I was having a look into trams, because we're getting a lot of pedestrian traffic, you know, just a lot of pedestrians. And people mentioned trams would be a good way to prevent them, like, lining up at crosswalks and taking up a lot of space, so probably play around with that a little bit. That should be fun. But yeah, that series is doing really, really good. It just has very consistent viewership. It's not really dropping off too much, which is awesome, obviously. God, there are so many things out here. It'd be great to make an alien facility, right? Where you just take it, put in the remains, and turn it all into DNA points or whatever else you need. Biomass. Alright, let's have a little look around. So basically, again, just to reiterate, if for those who've just joined, I'm just slug hunting at the moment, and also hard drive hunting. I know you can use Satisfactory map for this kind of thing online, but I like to do it the old-fashioned way. It's fun exploring. There must be a slug underneath me or something, because I can't see that one. That's the only thing I don't like about this scanner. I wish it would kind of give you a vertical range. Because otherwise, I actually find it quite fun using it. And yeah, I might have to see if I can craft... Can we build a craft bench? I actually can't. It would have been nice to be able to make some of those filters for gas. I have filters for... I thought they did both, but I've only got the filters for radiation. Be able to destroy those pillars soon. That's a weird graphical effect. What does it require? Just screws. And does it require power as well? Needs 10 megawatts and 15 screws. That's nothing. Alright, we can hook this up. And maybe we can zipline our way up or something in the future. We'll come down. I'm gonna go see if I can go craft some stuff and just get some of the materials I'm missing. Continue exploring. Alright, what did I miss? Not much. We're just, like I said, just slug hunting, just finding different things. So nothing, haven't really missed anything other than just finding a few different slugs. We've identified where a new hard drive is. I know what's needed, so we just have to hook it up to power, and then we'll grab some screws. And then we can open it up and get that going in the background while we keep looking around for other stuff, explore the map, etc. And we'll just zipline our way back out here. Should be pretty quick to get back out here. Just 1 second as well. Music keeps getting louder. Anyway, how are the views for the Satisfactory Let's Play after you started this big project? I think the slow progression must have affected the viewership. Yeah, it has. I don't want to be negative, but it's really quite bad. The series has kind of died, in a way. Because, yeah, it's only getting a couple thousand views, you know, which is about $4 or $5. And for the amount I'm putting like 10 hours into each video. So, you know, it's not very much in that regard. But I feel bad stopping it. I'm sort of a slave to the series because I need to finish the progression. So I don't know. I'm trying to think of ways to make it more interesting or get people back somehow. I don't know. Oh well. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it's not doing too good. I knew this problem was going to happen about halfway through, about on episode 30, right? I'm on episode 61. I could see, right? Obviously, you know that there's going to be a fall off with the series. That's expected, unless you do this thing where you don't number it, you don't say it's a series, you just kind of have a world and you hop in and out doing different things in it, and you're trying to keep people just constantly engaged. I find that very difficult to do. So I typically just lean into numbering the series just so people know where the kind of the beginning and end is. Alright, we're missing those. And damn, what was I gonna say? I can't remember. Lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, so like halfway through, you can see that kind of thing happening, and you know that like, okay, the game takes longer and longer and longer the further you go into it, and you're gonna get less and less return out of it. So it's a difficult thing to do, and especially if like my series was never big enough where it's like, oh, I can just, you know, live off of these videos alone. Like I have other series as well. I almost have 3 separate audiences, and then some people watch everything, right? So it's like, I've got people that are interested in Anno, some that are interested now in City Skylines, and some that are into Satisfactory. And obviously older subscribers that were here for other things that have stopped now, like Stellaris and those kind of things. Actually, I just needed to look up the crafting menu. What's needed for these? Need rubber, coal, and fabric. You can make fabric from polymer resin and water. That's interesting. We can make a bunch of that. I'll just do that now. Excuse me. Anyway, what do you connect to power now? I'm not really sure what you mean. I just connected power to a hard drive site so we can open up the hard drive. I also need to find screws. Is there screws in this place? Might have to hop on a train to go get screws. Or just make some, actually, thinking about it. I could just make some. Anyway, are you doing YouTube full-time? Yeah, I've been full-time on YouTube for 5 years. I'm absolutely broke on YouTube for 4 years. But yeah, I've been doing it full-time 5 years. I love it, it's great. Is Anno my best series? Anno is the best first episode. The first episode is 1.9 million views. It's pretty crazy. Satisfactory might be the close second. I think it's got like 600,000 or something. City Skyline might be the second best. It hasn't had enough time yet, but judging on how it started, it might get there. I like Satisfactory because I study engineering. Most of my friends don't like the game. Yeah, it's a shame. It's hard to get people into it. I just talked with a friend today who was kind of on the fence about it. And he was like, I played it and I found it kind of boring, but then for whatever reason, he did stick with it. Must have had something going for it. And then, yeah, it just clicked with him and now he loves it. And it was similar for Factorio, I think. It's the kind of thing where you just don't think you'll really be into it until you play it. 10 megawatts, just build a biomass burner? That's a great point. Could have just done that, but I don't think I had what I needed for a biomass burner. I always forget that you can just do that. Oh, I did have what I needed. Okay, well, noted. I'll do that in future. The other thing I need, so it needs screws. I don't have any screws. We can make some just using this. I didn't even have what I needed for a craft bench. So I've got that now. So I think we should be good. Yeah. So it just needed like 15 screws or something, wasn't it? Something small. Alright. Was that all I needed? I feel like I was needing something else. I was going to get the fabric. So there's polymer resin up here. There's obviously tons of water. So I could just make a quick machine just to make a bunch of fabric and just give me some gas masks. Yeah, because I just feel like I need them. So once we do that, we'll head back out. Let's just fly up. Pumps are working overtime. Anyway, that's how a lot of my friends are too. The only game they'll play with me is Minecraft. I'm watching City and Satisfactory. I play them both. I'm very hyped for CS2. Me too, yeah. They just released a video today, actually, just like 30 minutes ago about some new features and things in it. I'm looking forward to it. And by the way, even if I end the Satisfactory series eventually, I mean, I'd like to go all the way to the end, you know, get to nuclear power and do everything. I'll probably do a new series, you know? I'm sure we can get people back when we start afresh. And knowing everything I know now, I feel like it'll do even better. But I don't know. We'll see. But it'd be great to start a new one, especially if the game hits like 1.0. So I'm not going to just stop Satisfactory ever. I'll just try it again, you know? I think you just put people off when you say, like, we're 61 episodes in. There's all this previous information that you need to know about and stuff. But I think if you're starting out a brand new series, people get in, come along for the ride. Anyway, I study mechatronics. Oh, that's cool. I've never even heard of that. Just sounds awesome. Mechatronics. Goddamn. Radar tower in the Dune Desert? Yeah, that might be a good idea, actually. We could set up a new radar tower. So what do we need for that? Heavy modular frame, circuit boards, and oscillators. I think I actually have that downstairs. Good idea as well. We'll go out with that. Don't forget, you can always use the Explorer as a workbench, too. Oh, my God, yeah. God, you guys are so much... This is why everyone leaves me eventually. It's because you guys are so much smarter. Take some of the rubber as well. So, yeah, thanks for the chat. I always forget that. That's two things I always forget. People have mentioned it multiple times in videos when I go out exploring, that they're like, the vehicles you drive have workbenches, and you can just build biomass to open up hard drives. I just always never think of that. Don't know why. There's the heavy modular frames we needed. So for a radar tower, needed oscillators, heavy modular frames, circuit boards. Okay, so oscillators. There we go. Alright, so now we can just go out, build a radar tower as well. Get it powered. So the other thing then was just setting up a quick refinery. I assume it's a refinery that's going to make the fabric. Let's make it really quickly and get some... So yeah, I'll just grab a bunch of polymer resin. Let's make a storage container just here. Belt is too steep. Alright, so now this is just going to fill up with polymer resin. I'm just going to build up a little bit, and then we'll throw it into a refinery. I don't have any water up here. Or, no, not up here anyway. So I'm just going to let that collect. We'll wait till it gets to about like 300 or something and just grab a bunch. While I wait, I might as well make some power slugs, or power shards. Okay, do you play mobile games, and what do you play? No, I don't play mobile games. I got nothing against them. People really hate them. I don't have a problem. It's just that I barely use my phone, like almost at all. I've started to use it a little bit more actually lately, but I work from home, you know? So it's rare that I go on my phone. I'm on my computer if I ever want to look up something or know something. So yeah, I just don't really use my phone that much. I use it to take pictures when I'm out, but that's about it. And I don't get public transport or anything like that, so I'm not commuting, so I just have very little time to use it. But also, I have a Steam Deck, so whenever I do... Recently I went to London, I just brought the Steam Deck with me and playing on the train and stuff, so... Yeah, just not really into mobile games specifically. I just prefer like the console experience or the PC experience in a handheld form if I can get it. That's just my preference. Back in the day, I used to play a lot of PS Vita games, and some of those would just be straight up mobile games that were ported over. Alright, so we're just going to head down to the water area. And I'll just make a quick refinery that makes fabric for me. Actually, I didn't even check if I have what I need. Well, we have the water extractors, but I just need the refinery itself. Am I totally blind? Oh yeah, that's why. Industrial beams, copper sheeting, and motors. So we get that over here. See, at the beginning of the stream, I thought I had everything planned. I actually crafted the remaining gas filters I have into the iodine filters, and I thought they did the same thing, but I guess they don't. We can't walk through gas at the moment, but we can walk through radioactive areas, so I just didn't really account for that. So I just want to make these filters, and then we're good to go back out for a while. Get that hard drive, put it on the background, find some more, etc, etc. Alright, so my storage containers are all here. I think I've got what I need. Damn it. My copper sheeting is upstairs, actually, again. What do we need for a refinery? 5 motors, 10 industrial beams. Okay, yeah, that is here. Autosave's gonna kick in. We're gonna have to run upstairs one last time. Alright, what's the next step? Making filters. Yeah, I just want to get a refinery and just make fabric, and then I can make the filters very quickly. Rust, any plans? If I'm gonna play Rust, no. Have you thought of playing Fortnite? I'm not interested in it. It's not for me. I've actually never played it. I've watched a lot of Fortnite though. Watched streamers play it. And I like PUBG. I like Battle Royale games actually, but yeah, it's not for me. I'm not really into cartoony games. Two kind of types of games that I'm just not really into are kind of cartoony games and multiplayer games. Both of those two things I'm just not that into. I used to be a bit more back in the day. Like, I used to play Battlefield a lot, Call of Duty a lot. I play fighting games online, racing games online, but just as I got older, I just found I just don't really enjoy playing online that much. I prefer starting something and finishing it, whereas online games just go forever, you know? So. And Battlefield, I'd play Battlefield if it was just good, but it's been really bad, like the last few entries, so I just haven't played it. Because I'm all about progression. Like, if I just have a deep, good progression to go from beginning to end, that's my end point, hit the level cap, and then I'm like, cool, I'm done with this game now. But they don't really work that way anymore. They're more just like, oh, you get like skins kind of indefinitely, and that kind of stuff. I know 1800 is great. Yeah, I love it. Your builds are great. Wish I had more patience. Thank you. Alright, sorry to do all this running back and forth, but downstairs, again, there is storage. Just use that storage one last time to grab what I need to make a refinery. I'll jump downstairs, I'll hook it up to water. That'll make fabric for me, and then we can make the gas filters pretty easily. I used to have this automated, but I tore it down a while back, because it's part of the plan to build it again. God, my memory is so bad. So for the refinery, it's the encased industrial beams and copper sheeting. Encased industrial beams. Copper sheeting, please be here. Yes, oh my god, I'm getting so low on it. Alright, so we can make a refinery. Can I make a water extractor? 10 and 10, we've definitely got that here, so yeah. Alright, we're good to go. And it's daytime, so I guess we didn't waste too much time. In some ways. Don't need that many filters, I hope the amount of polymer resin I have is going to be enough. Which way will I hop out? I guess we'll just hop out this way. And then we can zipline back over as well, so it shouldn't take too long to get there. Hello, gaming trucker. What about Slime Rancher? I'm vaguely familiar with the name of that game, but I couldn't tell you what that game is, actually. But I've no plans, at least on my YouTube channel anyway, to play anything that isn't new. That's just the rule that I kind of have. Unless it comes out of early access. So, if a game comes out of early access, then I'm all in. If a game has a sequel coming, then I'm all in. Or if a game is brand new, then I'm all in. But if it's a game that's 3 or 4 years old and people just want me to play, unfortunately, it's just my size channel. I need to lean into finding and growing like new audiences and stuff. So, need to find new games. Are you on experimental? It's just dark. It's just becoming daytime. I'm not on experimental. I can't run it, unfortunately, as you may know. Alright, so here we are then. So water extractor. Got enough for a little pipe. Refinery. And then we'll just tell this to make fabric. Polyester fabric. We'll fill it up with polymer resin. Now we just need to power them on. Just a temporary thing. Alright, cool. So that's fabric. Now we just made some shards, so we'll just boost this. That's 75 water per minute. It's obviously one machine's totally fine. Can I make another one? Yeah, we can. Alright, so just making as much fabric as I can really quickly, and then I have to combine the fabric with something actually to, water's going to be a bit short, but that's fine. So, what I'm trying to make is gas filter. So it's fabric, rubber, and coal. Well, we can get coal outside. Rubber, I think I've got a little bit with me. I've only got 50. Alright, well that's doing that. I can go over and get some rubber. There's just some over that way. Alright, let's go. Anyway, hey Darren, love watching your content. I used your factories to design some of my base. Feels like after aluminum, everything gets infinitely more complicated. Yeah. In fact, people were asking, like, oh, they said something about, like, the views in my series have kind of been falling off. And I would actually pinpoint it roughly around that aluminum point. Because it is. That's where videos took, like, it took, like, 3 or 4 videos just to build one place, you know? So things start taking so much longer. And that's with hiding a lot of what's going on as well in the background. Oh my god, I'm killing myself here. There's no rubber. You can destroy these to get 50 rubber. 450, yes, thank you. Okay, and what do I need for a miner just to pick up some coal? Do a regular miner. Yeah, okay, cool. Can I make a portable miner? Alright, good. So that'll get me the coal I need. Alright, let's head on back out. Where did I leave that? Oh, there it is. I like watching your Satisfactory. I've gotten burned out, so I'm on a cooldown now, but I like to watch it. Yeah, no pressure. It's all good. Watch what you enjoy. And I can understand that, especially since the series has been going so long. It's not like because you know the gaps between episodes are ridiculous. So I totally understand. Are you open to share your save files? Probably in the future, but not right now. Every 10 episodes he shares the save files so people can check out. Wow, I was reading. Yeah, the reason I don't is because I told people this before, but when I made save files in the past, people make videos on the stuff that I do without my permission. Now, I'm not one for really minding if obviously people are small channels and things. That's fine, but I've had it in the past with Anno 1800 in specifically, where a YouTuber took my save file and made videos on it, but didn't say it was my save file, and just like acted as if he made that stuff. So that kind of sucked. So that's kind of putting me off the idea of ever sharing the save file. And I don't like what people do, which is they like, well, I mean, each to their own. Maybe I'll change my mind on it one day, but the way they put it on Patreon and stuff, I'm like, I don't know, man. Do you have to do that? But whatever, each to their own. So I'm just going to keep it till I'm kind of done with the series, and then it's like, yeah, everyone can go wild with it then. Do whatever you want once I'm done. That's at least kind of my plan. What's my live stream schedule? At the moment, it's just every Monday. Every Monday, 3 PM, I play Satisfactory. UK time. Do you know which episode you started doing more time lapses? I've been enjoying the streams more recently because I can see the whole process. I don't know, like episode 9, I think, is when I started doing time lapses and cuts. Yep, episode 8 or 9, I think. And that's when I first saw people saying in comments like, "Oh, I didn't see how you did this, and now I'm lost." And I didn't realize that people were literally following to the exact foundation what I was doing. I thought people were more just interested in the problem at hand and then the solution. But I can't show people everything. I mean, look, it's 460 hours. It'd be ridiculous. And it's 700 hours in total, because I reload the save all the time when I'm planning things out. Right, so what was I waiting on? I have rubber. We picked up the explorer, so that's all good. And we have the mining drill, so we need to find coal. There's some coal nearby, I think. Wow, really? I thought there was coal nearby. Jeez. Where the hell's that? 1,000 meters out that way. Well, we could go find the coal, I guess. So 600 meters that way. There's some coal. Yeah, let's go find that. I'll just take all this fabric and then we're good to get out of here. So just wait till I blow through all this polymer resin. We don't have that much left to go. And then once we get all the fabric, just destroy this, head on out, and we can continue exploring. The reason I was getting this, just in case you're wondering, was just so I can make gas filters. I realized I didn't have any. And it's not super desperate that I get them, but it would just make things a little easier when running around. Is there anything nearby here, actually? Nope. But the reason I want to get more power slugs is because I'm just out of power shards, and a lot of the machines in this build are going to need to be overclocked. Well, not that many, but in certain struts, I think this one and that one need overclocking. But I'll need something like 100, so I have to just go out and find a bunch. Nice, this is a really good, quick way to make all this. When will you get revenge on the spider thingy that chased you? Probably, honestly, probably never, but it would be fun to do. What I'd intended to do back in the day was build a weapons factory, make like the nuke nobelisks and just go in there. Guns blazing. So, I'd like to do that, but like I said, I'm trying to focus on just the progression of the series, so stuff like that is probably not going to happen. Or, unless the series just picks up steam again for some reason, which happens every now and then. I wonder, like, if I get to nuclear power, you know, with the right thumbnail and the right title, you could get a little boost in views. I've had that before with, like, turbo fuel and making big trains and stuff. You tend to get an influx of new people. So maybe it could be done after that, but it just depends. If the series just keeps kind of continuing the way it is, probably never. But if it gets a few boosts, then yeah, totally would love to make a weapons factory and go back into that. I don't know what that forest is called, but it's like a dead forest, basically. Following your early builds, like the motor factory, is how I learned the game. Now I take what I learned watching your video and do my own thing. Nice, yeah, that was kind of the idea, I think. You learn, like, you pick up tips and tricks and get some ideas of how people do things and then apply it to your own world. I think if people copy things directly, you're not really even playing the game, you're just mimicking what someone else is doing. But anyway, you don't really need nuclear to make a great factory if you don't want to. The Spire Coast can give you 23 gigawatts of fuel power, which is a lot. Well, Spire Coast, I'm using all of the fuel, all of the oil in the big shell build to make supercomputers, so it's not going to give me a... Yeah, obviously that's too late now. Too late, Shimo. We're using all of the oil already for other things. But yeah, I want to go to nuclear just because I want to do everything. So the next things I'm doing is supercomputers. It's being built in this place. That's what this whole place is for. It's supercomputers, regular computers, circuit boards, and high-speed connectors. So it's doing all of that, to be fair. And then the next thing is a battery factory, so we can set up some drones. And then it's nuclear power. So, okay, so I was gonna go head towards that coal, or we can get the hard drive, one or the other. Which one should we do first? Well, I'm closer to the coal, so let's just get the coal, and then we can get our gas filters. And then we can head back. I feel like I saw coal down here before. Guess not. We have to climb up to get it. I think most likely yes. Sorry about the frame rate every now and then. It's just while streaming, I guess it just seems to dip quite a bit. Especially when I'm moving around a lot. Sorry I'm late to the party. You might have already explained. Why can't you use the experimental build? Yeah, I don't want to explain it for too much because I've explained this every stream I've done every week since Update 8 is released. It just doesn't run well. Let's just say that. It doesn't run for me. I have an RTX 3090... but regardless of my graphical settings, it runs really, really badly, like 20 FPS and sometimes lower. And regardless of where I am. So it doesn't matter. I could be in the middle of nowhere or in the heart of a factory. I could be on the lowest preset or on the highest. I could turn on or off global illumination. The frame rate doesn't change. You don't have to be sorry. It's okay. I understand not everyone's going to follow all the time and people might want to know why. So I just have some sort of incompatibility, I guess, with my CPU probably. I have a Ryzen 9 5950X, which is a pretty good CPU. But I think it's more specialized for multiple threads and multi-core stuff, and this game isn't making use of that. And Unreal 5, it seems like it's just massively not using that yet, for whatever reason, for me. So yeah, I'm waiting on them to update the game, but they're on holiday this whole month, so basically just sticking with update 7. Hey, Vin. Right. I don't know how high this up is. $800 meters for that one. Wasn't there one that was closer? That the close one? I thought it said there was one that was 500 meters when I was back over there. So confused by that. Wait a sec, I won't even be able to power it this way. Ugh. Alright, I'm just gonna have to run back. Go to the coal where I know it is. Kinda cool being running up here though. Actually, while we're moving back, I've never been up here, so we might find some power slugs. Or not. Guess there's none here. Nice area though. Be cool to build something on these. Little platforms. But yeah, and regarding the optimization thing, I actually showed it in one of the streams before. Maybe not the last one, the one before that. I actually just I had a recording of what it looked like. But I just showed people, you know, basically what it looked like and how it ran. Because it does look really, really good. I really hope my issue gets solved. And it's posted on the Satisfactory Q&A site in detail. And it has a few upvotes now, so maybe they'll see it when they get back. But I just basically need other people to have the same issue. Alright, so I'm just heading over there. There's a coal deposit over there somewhere. And when I grab coal, then I can make the filters, and then we can just head back out. I'll just deploy the vehicle, and we'll just drive. Taking a whole month of vacation is just insane to me. I would go stir crazy. Yeah, their whole country does it, right? Sweden, that's like a Swedish thing. Yeah, I don't think I've ever taken a month vacation in my life. It's quite a long time. Because I agree. I mean, it's kind of cool, but I think it is a bit too much. 2 or 3 weeks I feel like is usually enough, and then you have Christmas and stuff. I just say it's a bit much in terms of what do you do for the entire month? Having just that entire month? A bit strange. I'd rather just have like 2 or 3 separate occasions of like 1 to 2 weeks. But each to their own. I would do a lot of things. I don't know what I would do. I've got nothing to do. You could tell me I've got a month off now and I'd be like, well, I've got absolutely nothing to do then. I just do what I basically do anyway, just play games, but I just wouldn't record them. Get through my backlog, I guess. Coal over here. God, it's way further back than I thought. I thought there was like a bunch of coal up here, but I guess not. On top of that mountain, there's a cassette for the boombox, and the coal is to the side of the mountain at ground level. Well, I just realized like I didn't have power with me up there, and I could have made a bunch of burners, I suppose, but it just seemed unrealistic. But yeah, I don't know, the cassette tapes don't really interest me that much, other than I'd like to just collect them all, but I don't really feel like I'll use the boombox. I just play my own music in the background. I'm not a big fan of the soundtrack of the game, to be honest. That long of a vacation is good for when you want to travel, but other than that, way too much. I'd be bored out of my skull. Yeah, same. Alright, there's a coal deposit over here, so we'll just drop down a miner. We'll just grab as much as we can in order to make filters, and then we can get back with the mission. See, I explained it before, not to be redundant, but at the beginning of the stream I was like, yeah, I'll make sure I have everything. I made sure I got some ammo, I got some nobelisks, I made sure I had everything I needed for zip lines, just everything is in the inventory, even the filters for radioactivity. And then I just realized when walking through the gas that those filters don't work for gas. So here we are, spending about 30 minutes just to make filters because I just was not prepared to do that. And I had filters before. It's because the reason I don't have any of the materials I need is because I made the filters so that I could make the radioactive or the iodine filters. So I'm just extra out of stuff now because I just made them. Oh my god, I nearly got hit by my own truck. Alright, so. Oh, this is a big one. Oh, sad. Okay, so where's this coal? It's over there. Alright. Do that. It'll take 1 minute to get 300. Okay, so they'll just pile into that for a moment. So what I need to do then is just let's have a look again. So gas filter. We needed the rubber. Rubber's the thing I'm shortest on. And then we've got fabric. Is that made in a manufacturer? Yeah. Or we could just do it ourselves in the equipment workshop. Alright, so, gas filters, there we go, finally. 22 as well, that should be plenty for quite a while. At least I've got fabric and stuff to make more now in future. Oh, I've actually got a decent amount of rubber, we can make even more. Although I need some of it, I think, for the radar tower, right? Nope. Use it all. Nice, alright, took a while there. Monsieur Arteta. Can someone please help me understand something? Hello? Question mark. I've subscribed, but need help. I think you got automatically moderated by the bot because you wrote too much too quickly. But yeah, I can help you. As soon as you're free to talk, just write one message and then I can help you out. But it might take a while for you to be free. You don't have to subscribe anyway. Oh, there you are. Monsieur Arteta. I believe that song has two names. One is Tier 1 and the other is Sleeper's Delight. Gotta go, catch you in the next one. See you later, dude. That's a cool name, by the way. Just learned RuneScape necromancing RuneScape. Hang on. Just learned RuneScape necromancing RuneScape with their new necromancy update, though. Lol, the irony. I'm super confused by what that means. I used to play RuneScape, though, back in the day. Have you ever thought about playing Prison Architect? I played it loads when it originally came out and through some of its updates and its 1.0 release. Loved it. I think it's great, but I have no plans to play it on the channel anymore. Like I said, the only plans of doing content on this channel is either a new game, a sequel, or if a game is coming out of early access. Those are the 3 rules. So if one of those things is happening, then yep. But if not, then nope. Alright, still got a little bit more to go. Hey Jeremiah, I'm going for a bit. Hope to catch you up later. See you later, Jedi. Or Jedi Call. Is that enough? I think we got enough. Let's call it there. Alright, it's like we were never here. Okay, finally. So that was a massive distraction. Right, let's go get that hard drive. We know where it is. We'll just drive straight out to it. It has power already. Alright, off we go. So we'll just turn off the resources for a second. And we're basically heading towards the home marker. So for those who are just joining, basically today, I've just gotten done with a video that went out yesterday, building a bunch of new stuff. So what I need to do now is just go collecting some hard drives. Also want to collect some slugs. And then, yeah, just kind of uncover some of the map. So explore a little bit more because we're probably going to be heading out there in the future. Hey, Two Hands. As in bringing it back from the dead. Oh, I see. Games that means no star. Guess that means no Star Citizen. Well, eventually it'll probably get its 1.0 release, right? So maybe then. I need help with the problem I have. I recently purchased Mondrill, that is an Iranian sleeping aid, but I found it's absolutely irrelevant, dude. And as much as I appreciate you writing just random stuff in the chat, anything to do with medication, I'm just gonna time you out because it just reeks to me of like attention seeking or something. So not the forum for it, obviously. Yeah. I'll tell you what you do. So you got a big pimple on your bum. You need to get that pill and shove it really deep up your ass, like really deep. You're probably just not putting it all the way in. So that's my medical advice for you. Okay, so there you go. Just, yeah, gotta get it really deep in there. And put 5 of them in. Why don't you make a lizard dog farm for free bonus slugs? Yeah, I've never done that. I don't know. Just time. Who's the stream strammer on the YouTubes? Hey, Chris. Alright, so let's use the map and let's pop that hard drive right in there. That's going to take 10 minutes, and in that time, we can find more and explore. Gotta get at least wrist deep. It's a shame, there's actually quite a delay on this chat. On YouTube, I mean, compared to Twitch. Significant delay. It's a good minute and a half, I think, before I saw the reaction to that. So if you think I'm not saying anything to your comments, that's why, you know, it seems like we're on about a 90-second delay here. Okay, so, where should we go next? I'd kind of like to go west, or northwest, into the desert. Northeast, sorry, into the desert. Oh, I found another hard drive. Is it the one that's down there? I just assumed I've got that. I obviously haven't. Sweet. Oh. Oh, it's a mama. Mama and her pups. Why are they attracted to these sites? Can't you set the latency of the chat? No. I have 2 options. Normal and slow. And it's on normal. At least on the back end of YouTube, that's what it tells me. And on OBS, it's doing it as quick as it can. Twitch has a fast latency beta thing. I don't think it's a beta anymore. But if I could speed it up, I would. I believe 1440p stream has a much higher delay than 1080p. Oh, that could be the reason, yeah. Is my inventory full? Oh, yeah. Okay, let's see what's needed. Hey, rubber, and it just doesn't need any power. Oh, I've got no room for it. Yeah, get rid of that. Get rid of this. Alright, cool. Didn't expect to find another one so quick. So, we're gonna climb back up, see if we can find some power slugs out that direction as well. Just climb up some of these little plates. When are you starting a multiplayer server? Well, the original plan was to begin a multiplayer server for Update 8, but then Update 8 doesn't run for me, and it also doesn't really work well for multiplayer. So until they patch it, and it becomes more stable, not until then. So, whenever Update 8 becomes stable for multiplayer, I guess. Or it runs for me. Because I can't play it right now. And I don't want to make a server for Update 7. Because it won't be around for very long. So hopefully that answers that. Women and children too. Any plans of making an ammunition factory? Yeah, I just talked about that. So someone asked me if I was ever going to go deal with that spider again in that big forest. And my honest answer is probably the initial idea was to do that. Make a big like ammunition factory and an alien processing factory, a kind of a 2-in-1. So you turn them into DNA, and you also make bullets and stuff for all the different types of rifle ammo that you need, and bombs, nuclear obelisks, all that sort of stuff. But unfortunately, not to be like a little negative, the series just isn't really doing that well anymore. It's kind of like really tapering off reviews. So unless it kind of gets a boost again after I do nuclear or something, which could happen, it happened before a few times. That kind of project is a nice fun side idea, but I just don't think I'd ever get to, because I'm trying to now really just focus on getting the supercomputer factory done, doing a battery factory, then doing nuclear, and then just doing everything I can to finish the game. Because at this stage, I'm putting a lot of time into every episode, and you know, each episode's getting like about 5,000 views maybe. And we're talking about, let's say you put about 10 to 15 hours into a video when all is said and done, and then I get about 5,000 views, which maybe is maybe $7-8. So ain't too big a fan of working for, you know, $7-8, not even per hour, per 15 hours. So it's a bit extreme. But you see, obviously the series pays dividends in the back end because all the other episodes still get views too. So it's not like it's strictly based on each one episode, but it's becoming a thing where it's like, yeah, it's starting to become like, it's really outweighing the benefit. I'm good, thanks Chris. Do you find many of the old Twitchers turn up here often? No, not very often. Vinsanity just appeared a minute ago, and then Two Hands. So sometimes people appear. But that's mostly because they're in my Discord still, and they'll see the notification there. Is this game ever finished? Well, if you get through all the progression, there's nothing left to unlock. In my opinion, you're finished then. It's more just about, I mean, you can obviously say it's a sandbox and take your time and do whatever you want to do, even after the fact. If you want to get every single resource in the game, you could do that, right? But to me, I'm all about variety. I'm not about scale. So for me, I like doing different things. So when I finally get the final product, I'm like, well, that's it then. I don't care if I can make 1,000 per minute or 1 per minute. That's just how I feel about it. There is something to be said about building fun projects, though. The idea generally would be like, what's the quickest way I can make these things and also keep things fairly organized? Hey, Cold Like Chips, interesting profile photo there. Is that you? Thanks so much, by the way. Super chat, Australian dollar as well. Appreciate that. Thank you. No power slugs. No hard drives. Now, we could build I want to build a radar tower. So we've had the components for a radar tower with me. Somewhere out here would be pretty good. Maybe just over this direction. People said the higher up you place your radar towers, the more they see, but I think that's not the case anymore. I'm pretty sure they changed that in Update 7. Let's put one right here. Doesn't exactly sit quite nicely, but I think it extends its legs. Yeah. Thanks, by the way, Cold Lake Chips. Really helps a lot. Thank you. You just paid for the next video. Have you started planning for your battery factory? No. Still just working on it. I won't plan anything until I do the thing I'm doing. Otherwise, you just get too distracted, I feel like. Alright, so. Need to connect power to this. There's power down below. Alrighty. Okay, that means the radar tower should be now online. And it is. If we turn on resources, boom, there we go. You can see what it sees. Now we can see that there's 3 hard drives and 37 slugs in this area. Yeah, I reckon let's drive out this way, run up, get up onto that peninsula, and have a look around that area. Anyway, didn't know you can even delete the research you put in the hard drive. Yeah, people told me that. It's a great tip, right? So you get a hard drive, you don't need to run back and access a MAM. You can just put it in one, delete it, and then all of them are like magic chests, right? They're all connected to each other, and they're just researching in the background. In fact, I might have missed it, but that thing is probably done by now. And we can put the other one in, right? Feels like it's probably been 10 minutes. I've never been here before. This looks cool. Like the ironwood in God of War. So yeah, let's see if it's done. Oh, apparently not. Another minute to go. What do we have here? Oil again, is it? Yeah, 3 lots of oil. Whoop. I still enjoy your vids, even if they are slower paced, but I get that they take a lot of time to do, editing and all. So as long as you're doing them, I'll keep watching. Hey, appreciate that. Thank you, Void. Yeah, it's funny because, like, you know, I could transition to more of a I'm Kibitz or Total Eclipse style video where it's like, hey, I'm gonna build this like factory, and you sort of just show the overall main problem start to finish, and it's just like tons of cuts and stuff. But one of the reasons I never did that was because a lot of people said like I think one of my unique selling points early on would have been the fact that you've got channels like him that do that, whereas people who wanted to learn and see how he got to that point felt like it was you don't really get to see the process. But now my videos have kind of stopped showing the process because there's so much to do. So yeah, it's an interesting kind of thing to kind of work out what's the best way to do content. I've got a good idea for a future series in it of like really showing everything and actually outlining all the blueprints used and sharing everything with every build every time. So imagine like it would take a bit more editing, but it would be the kind of thing where like you'd fly out using mods and then just show like this build is a 10 by 10 foundations, and it would have to be like simpler kind of builds, not as aesthetically intricate, but logically they could be deep and intricate. That'd be fine. So it's like, yeah, this is like a 10 by 10. You're gonna need this floor is this big, this place is this big, and this is how you like find this exact coordinate, and this is the exact resource, and just like do like a whole like build start to finish type thing. So yeah, I'd like to do that in future, but I just can't do that at the moment. That would have to be like its own series. There's no point doing it now. I feel like you'd have to start the series that way. Alright, so there's slugs out here. We'll look at the hard drive in a moment. There it is. I've learned so much from watching your vids. Great content. Thank you, Martin. Stephen King says, Last night I was watching some old vids from your beginning. It was quite amazing. Like to know what you did in the end. Yeah, that's a cool thing actually. Looking back on the I've learned a lot. I've grown for sure as a player. I thought I knew the game when starting out the series, but I wasn't even close to where I am now. This up on top of here probably. I don't think I'm gonna be able to. Oh, I think I've made it just about. Hey, Etheric Bard, thanks so much for the super chat. And he says, really enjoy the content and thought process behind it. Appreciate all the effort you put in. Thank you. Thank you. And thanks. Etheric Bard's dropping super chats every time I stream, so thank you. There's one right over there. Is that the one? I thought there... It seems like there'd be... Nope, I guess that's it. As many others, your vids give me that last nudge to buy the game. You made it look doable, not easy, but doable. I'm sure all content creators get that, but I hear that a lot, where it's like, oh, your video made me buy the game. Vids like this take a long time to come up with, and your style of videos are rare for a game like this, so as long as you keep posting them, I'll keep watching. Thanks, Shimo. Yeah, and I gotta say, the series has been super successful. I'm very, very fortunate. It was just that, and I'm so not complaining at all. So things are good, things are fine, everything's good. And I've got other series that help offset things too, right? City Skylines is doing really well, so I'm able to, like, everything's fine. So not complaining whatsoever. Things are great. But I don't want to sound like I'm complaining at all. Let's see. Greetings and salutations, Jerry. The object scanner will give you elevation audio cues. Oh, really? So with this berry, for instance, how would I know if it's up or down or... Well, it's obviously probably just in front of me. It still beeps if the slug is above you. Oh, I guess it'll be beeping... Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, yeah. Well, I don't know, actually. I thought it's just based on distance, and distance is also true vertically as it is... linearly or horizontally. So I don't know. We'll test it out though when I get close to one. Now, then we can just really figure it out. So hard drive over this way. See. Hey, Abdul. There it is. Right over there. How am I doing? I'm doing great. Yeah, I'm really good. Thank you for asking, Nate. Oh, nice. No power required. Perfect. This is going really well. Alright, let's queue up that other one then that we just got. Alright, what do we got? So, alternate recipe for recycled rubber. Plastic and fuel to make rubber. Absolutely not. No way. Heat exchanger. This could be good, actually. Aluminum casing and rubber to make heat exchange. I still feel like it's not as good as the standard one, which is just copper sheets and aluminum. Alclad. And then we have versatile framework. So I don't even know what it takes to make that. So it's a modular frame and steel. So for less steel, you can mix in rubber. I feel like these all suck. I'll go with this one. This one's the best to me, but yeah. Alright, let's throw the next one in. 10 minutes on the clock. So are we still within radar range, actually, up here? We're actually not, so we found that outside of radar range. There's still 3 inside there. So we can move up in that direction and see what we come across. Get rid of this. This is fun, I like this. Nice and chill. Just change the music up a bit. Rubber recipe is how you scale production really high. The one that I just grabbed now, or the one that was for mixing, what was it, fuel? I can't even remember what was right in front of me, but none of them seem particularly good for me. But like I said, I'm not really someone who's a meta gamer. I'm not planning on scaling like crazy and getting all the resources. But at the same time, I actually don't know what it takes to get to the end of the game. I haven't actually seen the final product yet. I know that people always say that copper is really useful and really needed. So if you can save on copper, that's apparently good. So not the one to ask just yet. I need to complete this series and then I can go back and look at everything and figure those kind of things out. I believe the rubber is said to be part of the most efficient setup for rubber per crude oil. But I'm confused. Those ones were... Hey, Fluxo. Those recipes added rubber. It didn't save me on rubber, did it? The ones I just looked at? How are the driving lessons going? Thanks for asking. Yeah, good. I haven't had one in a while because my instructor was like, he's away for a week or so. So my next one's on Wednesday. But yeah, pretty good. I think I've done 8. So I got the first 5 or 6 were done within like a week and a half. Did them really close to each other and very quickly. And then they've started to slow down a bit just because he's been busy. You know, he has other clients and stuff. And I actually filled in a gap that was left by someone who cancelled. So that's why I got a few really quickly. Anyway, long story short though, I'm really enjoying it a lot, and my theory test is on the 2nd of August, so we'll see how that goes. My prediction is I will fail my theory multiple times, but I will pass my test first time. That's my guess, but we'll see. I could be totally wrong. Power Slug out that way. I'd be impressed if this is that accurate for range, but we'll see. You like sports? I love sports. No. I don't like sports. I like to play... I haven't played in a very long time, but I like to play various sports. But I have no interest in watching it in anything. Be it racing, tennis, football, rugby, anything like that. Just no interest in watching. But that's just me. But I used to play football video games back in the day, and in school I used to play football, and I used to play badminton a lot. A little bit of handball as well. Sometimes I'd play tennis, and I did a bit of golf. So I like doing things and being active, and swimming actually is probably one of my favorites. But I'm not competitive, and I have no interest. I have no allegiance to any teams or anything, so I've just never gotten into it. I'm the same with online gaming. I'm not into esports or anything either. Like it's been a long while since you found an alternate recipe that's worth a damn. Yeah, I don't know if I really need any at this point, but people, you know, it's always good to keep getting them. People say that there are a few I'll need coming up that could be useful, so we'll see. So, basically just looking in this area here. Yeah, I need to move back down towards that direction. You ever think about building a mega factory? I would consider that a mega factory. Oh, do you mean... well, I'm not really sure what you mean. I'd need to start a new game if you mean everything is built in one place. Whereas if we're just talking making a mega build, that would be a mega project for me. I mean, that thing is huge and it takes a lot, and it'll make a lot, hopefully. Darren the golfer, that's a unique mental image. Yeah, I went to private school, and there was a golf course in our school. Now you had to buy and pay, like buy your own clubs and all that stuff and get an instructor. But, yeah, so I went to a private school. It was like a hybrid private public school. And it was a hybrid boarding slash not boarding school. So I didn't board, but I was in 12 hours a day. We're supposed to be in 10 hours a day, but the journey to get there and back and just a few other things, it meant that I left at 7 in the morning and I was home at 7 in the evening. And it was an awesome school. I loved it. But one of the big perks, the reason it was private, was that you're paying for your kid to be like looked after pretty much the whole day, and there's sports facilities that are all included. But our teachers were public school teachers. So the teaching aspect was public, and it was like a Franciscan Brotherhood school. So it was like a religious school as well. Anyway, long story short, there was all of these... one of the great things about it was there was just tons and tons of facilities and sports facilities to play with. Damn it, I should have made a... zipline. So there was like indoor soccer courts, there was basketball courts, outdoor tennis, outdoor running tracks, there was a swimming pool. And the swimming pool was like a public swimming pool for the entire like local area, but it was in the school grounds, I guess. So during certain times you could use it. You couldn't always use it. So yeah, I just had a lot of exposure to lots of different sports, and golf was one of them. How am I going to get up here? By the way, I need to find this place where I can actually drop one of these. Oh, there we go. Anyway, have you played Sons of the Forest? No. I played the original The Forest, and I didn't like it. So I had no interest in the new one. But I don't really genuinely keep tabs on other YouTubers, but I was recommended Total Eclipse's series, and I saw it got like insane amount of views. I was like, oh damn, would have been fun to jump on that, I guess, but to be honest, I just didn't enjoy the game when I played it. I played it with a YouTuber named Legend of Total War back when, a few years ago, and I just did not find anything interesting with it. I just didn't think it was very good. I don't get why people like that game so much, but people do. And I like survival games, but I just was not interested in it. And I haven't played the new one. The new one's graphics look good, but I don't really know anything else about it. Alright. You mean all the production in one place? Yes, that would require playing the game again from scratch, so I don't have any plans to ever do that. At least not right now. The goal is to get to the very end of the... Oh, nice. We're getting so lucky. None of these require power. This is great. Anyway, yeah, get to the end for progression, unlock everything, unlock tier 8, do the final space elevator, all that stuff, and then I'll probably do a new series where it's more of a complete guide series on how to get through the game, start to finish, doing minimalist builds. At least that's the plan. But yeah, no plans to do... See, I feel like I'll never... I don't want to say never, but channels like I'm Kibitz or Let's Game It Out and stuff, they're the guys that do the crazy scale stuff, so I just wouldn't even bother competing with that, you know? They're too big and established for that kind of thing already. And they're really good. I don't think I could do it as good as them. What do I need? So I need the crafting bench. No, sorry, need the mom. A minute to go on that one. Alright, let me just clean up this area a bit. I used to play soccer when I was younger, but as I got older, I kind of moved out of sports and moved into art and stuff. That's cool. Yeah, I was actually... Also, I should mention, I sucked. I was really bad at most sports. I was pretty good at badminton. But, like, at football, I think anything with my legs, just not very good with it. Like, did not have good control of the ball. It was really bad. Type of kid that was, like, picked last. Had that sort of energy. Although never in a really mean way. It just was... Everyone understood, like, yeah... It was me and one other kid that was like always picked last. But I had like friends and stuff. It was totally cool. But it was always a little embarrassing. It's like, just sucked at it. And it's the same in Ireland, you know, I grew up in Ireland, so you have like Gaelic football and you've got hurling. So I used to play that a little bit. Just sucked at it. Didn't like it. Don't like contact sports or rough sports as well. Just sucked at it. I was a small kid. I was a year younger than everyone in my year as well, so I was just small. But yeah, badminton is great. I'm pretty good when I'm on the other side of a net. Pretty agile, pretty fast. Didn't need much strength. You just need to be quick. Snooker. I'm pretty good at snooker, or at least billiards or pool, just as we call it. Pretty good at pool. How about a Minecraft series? I'd be tempted to do that, but probably not. Like I said, again, the game comes out of 1.0, comes into 1.0 out of early access if it's new. If they ever do Minecraft 2, I'll be right there. Alright, we have a new one. Recycled rubber. So you're saying that this is the one that's efficient. How is it efficient mixing fuel, which is like such a limited resource, right? That's so... I suppose you can get it out of heavy oil, to be fair. But then you're mixing plastic. No way. I don't agree with that. I'm going to get this one. I don't know what I'm going to use it for. But I'm sure it'll have a use going forward. At least I'll have the option to mix some of our high-speed connectors, stators, to get electromagnetic control rods. Bonk. Another one's in. I'm good, thanks, Swifty. Have you seen any of the Total War Pharaoh battles? I've seen, like... I haven't even watched one start to finish. I'm just too disinterested in it, long story short. Just don't think it looks very good. It just looks like a Troy DLC. I mean, it just does. And it is, you know? It is. And they can say it's not as much as they want. We all know it is. If you don't believe that, there's something wrong with you, or you're in a dream world. But having worked at the company, understanding game development, it is a DLC. But yeah, just not very interested in it, unfortunately. And also, I'm privy to the real next historical Total War, and I know what it is, and I have friends at the studio, and that's the one I'm interested in. So this is just not even really a game. Like, this is just little insider info is that people, at least the people I'm in contact with, don't even consider that a mainline game, and they're trying to sell it as one. So when you hear from, you know, your friends who work at the studio that, like, yeah, this isn't really it, then I'm like, cool. I'll gladly skip that one. Anyways. Right, so, still looking for hard drives. There should be 2 more in this area, roughly speaking. So we kind of checked out this side of things, so I think this area is good. We can move now across the way and check over here. And if we don't find any more, no big deal. We'll just keep moving, try to find other things on the way. Yeah, it looked like Troy. Yeah, it's been made by the same team in a really quick turnaround time for them as the Troy team. It's using tons of the same art, like UI assets and stuff, so it just has that feel of being the same. And I'm not saying that's fair on them. I'm sure they're putting work in. It's not on them. It's not a, you know, what's it called? Like, I'm not trying to poke fun at the development team or anything like that, but they're just making this way too quick. And and clearly they have to use like some of the assets they had from the previous game. So of course it's going to feel like something's not quite right. Now, if you price that game at half the price that they're asking for, I'd be like, yeah, sure, go for it. Quicker game, quicker turnaround time, acknowledgement that this is like a follow-up title, like an Attila to a Rome 2, or a Napoleon to an Empire. But if you're gonna go, hey, this is a mainline historical game, more so than even Troy, even though it shares tons of stuff from Troy, which wasn't even considered a main game. It's like, this is a follow-up game of a smaller game. So how am I supposed to get excited for it? Unless it really showed groundbreaking stuff, which it hasn't. So it's like, yeah, whatever. Do I play Call of Duty? Not really. Occasionally, I've been playing Modern Warfare 2 a little bit. Man, I can see so many slugs here. There's one right there. How do you drop stamps? It's like Alt-click, right? Or something? Alt-click? Can't remember how you drop stamps. Can anyone remember the hotkey? I know you can do this, but there's a way to hotkey it. I thought it was Alt. Control click? No, that's just changing what I'm looking at. Because I just want to tag it, and then I'll run back over to it. Anyone remember? Forgot there's a delay on the thing, so it's going to take a while for you guys to answer that. Map marker mode, quick apply material. Map marker mode, left alt. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's alt click, but that's just pinging for me. Anyway, let's just go grab it quickly, I guess. There was a few, so I just didn't want to lose any. There's one there, there's one here, there's one over there. Don't hit me. Oh my god. Anyway, sorry, yeah, so, yeah, I used to play Call of Duty since... Hey, thanks for the super chat, Arth. No message, but appreciate it, thank you. Oh. Yeah, so when Call of Duty... I played Call of Duty 2 as the first one I ever played. And then we got COD 3, which was like a big next-gen game at the time. It was on Xbox 360 for the first time. I remember it was like a big deal. I didn't have a 360, but when it came to PS3, I played it there. And then COD 4 obviously was like the huge one. That was like a big revolution, basically, in FPS gaming, at least on console. And I was all about that. So I was totally bought in for COD 4. I was like 14 or 15 at the time. Perfect age for playing that kind of game. I'd just gotten broadband. I had a 1.5 megabyte connection. It was brilliant. It was enough to be able to play the game totally fine with friends. And loved it. And then obviously I played pretty much every Call of Duty every year until Black Ops 2. So I played Black Ops 2, but I never played whatever came after that, which I think was Modern Warfare 3. I switched. After Black Ops 2, I basically... Oh my god. Oh shit, they fight each other. Holy shit. Oh. Oh my god, yes. Yes, they're actually killing each other. That's so cool. We're watching. It's like watching a nature documentary. Who's gonna win? I mean, I've shot the crap. Oh yeah. Can't even see what I'm aiming at. I kind of feel bad shooting me. He kind of saved my life, but he did come for me as well. Anyway, long story short, yeah, I switched to Battlefield. I became a Battlefield guy. I'd played Bad Company 2 around the same time I'd played Black Ops 2, and then I moved to Battlefield 3, and I like never looked back basically. And then I didn't come back to Call of Duty until this one, Modern Warfare 2, the new Modern Warfare 2. So yeah, that's my COD history. Left you a pin on Discord explaining the rubber recipe if you're interested, Darren. Yeah, I'll check it out after the stream, thank you. First time I got on YouTube, didn't find the ad message section in the gist. I'm a massive fan. Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you, Arth. And thanks for the super chat. It actually means a lot. Even a euro or a dollar actually helps quite a bit, so thank you. You're dropping, you know, $1, a euro, that's like 500 views. If you think of it that way, you're boosting views, you're really helping, so thank you. Right, we're just still just hard drive hunting and slug hunting. And chatting with you guys, which I'm loving. It's a nice chill stream. Won't be doing really any building in this video today. Oh my god. The lag. What's happening? Cool seeing them glow in the dark. There's tons of enemies over there. Thought I heard another one. Alright, let's just run over and get... Oh, it's a spider. He's over there. Autosave. Alright. Your message was deleted. Let's see why. What the hell? They kill each other. I know, right? Yeah. Sorry it got deleted, by the way. I dragged a spider onto the Explorer to a group. That nice. It's an update 7 thing that they fight each other. That's cool. Directly revenge on the spider fighter. Yeah. Paying you money helps with the videos. Well, let's sponsor some Satisfactory vids. Well, I was just saying, like, if you think of it, it doesn't actually give me views, but I was saying that if you think of it this way, in terms of me as a creator, the video I just did yesterday has maybe 4,000 views. Now, I don't know what that is in revenue. I'm guessing it's like maybe $7 or something. Maybe 8. So if someone drops a euro or a dollar, you're just adding. It's like you're, you know, you're helping keep the series going. Oh my god. So it just all helps. I'm like, oh, cool. You know, more people are supporting Satisfactory. Someone yesterday actually donated $50 for Anno. Just because he really liked the series. He just had a little message and he just privately did it through PayPal. I always feel bad that way. I can't reply to those. I'd almost rather they do it on stream so I can, even though a percentage is given to YouTube, I guess. But just so I can, like, shout them out and say thank you. That's rare, by the way. It doesn't happen very often, so it was a big deal. Getting a little low on health. I think I have inhalers with me. There we go. Yeah, it's like super laggy right at this point. I think I'm between 2 world borders. Get your heartbeat as well. Your play style in terms of beauty building, immersion is the biggest draw to the channel. Thank you. Yeah, well, that's good to hear, because immersion is what I'm all about when I play games. Battlefield 3 is my favorite game of all time, and a close second is Rocket League. Have you ever played Rocket League? Yeah, loved Rocket League. I haven't played it in a long time, but used to play it quite a bit when it first came out. It was free on PlayStation Plus. So I remember just getting it when it came out at the time, and just loved it. Friends would come over, we'd play it. It was really good. Loved it. I maybe did about 100 hours or something. Never really played it again after that. Once people started getting extremely good and you see videos of people doing insane stuff, it was kind of like, it's kind of ruined it for me. Because you're always comparing yourself to that, but not so bad. Anyway, wow. So we've got Jedi Call became a senator, and then Ryan Williams gifted 5 memberships to Swifty Boy, Tessellate, Rat4, Danielle Minar, and Zamand. So thank you very much, Ryan Williams, for the 5 gifted memberships. That's actually a great point as well. It's another thing I should say, is that I'm at an all-time high for memberships on the channel. It's, of course, difficult to pinpoint where exactly people come from those. Some are obviously on stream, some are in videos for different series, but just like I was saying, things are going great, so I do appreciate everything. Don't ever mean to sound like in any way down or negative when I talk about sometimes views declining or whatever. Things are really, really good, so don't worry about it. Don't feel the pressure to try and support or something. Series ain't going anywhere. I'll give people lots of notice if it ever is getting close to the end or something like that. If I was like, look, I'm not continuing it, but that's not happening, so don't worry about that. Alright. And thanks again, Ryan. It's actually filled up my chat, so hang on just one sec. Let's see if I can see if I missed anything. Have you ever turned... I have seen it. Yeah, I've never used it myself, though. Battlefield 3, my favorite game. Read that. Cool. All caught up, then. Yeah, I love Battlefield 3. I liked Battlefield 4 as well. Quite a bit. I was one of the rare ones who didn't actually have any launch issues with that game. It just ran perfectly. But I remember with the Levolution, when a building would like fall down, half the server would just like die, like log out or whatever. And I was like, oh my god. Man, still struggling to find the hard drives in this area. Oh, we've got a scent. Dude, what the hell? It looks like there's no vegetation here. Looks like we're heading this way, if we can. Jerry as well. God damn, that's a fat super chat. Thank you very much. And he says, celebrating 1 year as a subscriber. Hey, thank you. Mega fan of the Anno 1800 and really enjoying Skylines as well. Thanks for your hard work and making the time fun. Thank you very much for supporting it. Thanks very much. Appreciate that a lot. Thank you. Thanks, Jerry. My 4 months of boy is also what you do. Your 4-month-old boy. Ah, I got it. I don't know if that's good for him or not. But yeah, get him started young. Make him a member. I love just exploring this game. I think it's so much fun. Basically close the gap now. We can go further out into the desert after this. I was thinking of doing some of the aesthetics in there, but I don't know. I might just stay up for a while we've got hard drives on the go. And I think one of them did just finish a moment ago. There's one right here. Would have been nice to get some more powerful ammo to deal with these guys, like the homing ammo. I've got some high-speed connectors. Oh, guys, you're being too good now. Bonsai JVN also with the super chat, €20 as well. And he says, I'm up for more Satisfactory live streams then. Hey, appreciate that. We'll keep them going. I actually, gotta be honest, I did debate even doing it today. Because I was like, oh, I put a video out yesterday for it. Now I'm very happy I did. Thank you. When's the next City Skylines video? Probably tomorrow. It's usually every second day. Oh, actually, there's a sponsored video going out tomorrow, so it might be as late as... Yeah, it might be tomorrow for members, and maybe the day after then for everyone else. But I'll be recording it tonight. I was playing around with trams and stuff, so I think that's probably what I'll do. But it's usually every 2 days. That's what I'm aiming for. The goal is to have City Skylines and then like Anno, then City Skylines, and then 2 high-speed connectors. Can I make one? And then Satisfactory. So alternate them. Satisfactory once a week. City Skylines 3 times a week. Anno twice a week. 6 days of videos. That's the idea. 1 day of streams. Let's see if I can make one. What do we need? Quick wire. Don't know if people ever actually said what was... Let me just Google that. Like, what is the quick stamp button? Satisfactory. How to quick stamp. Don't know. There's videos about it. I'm not watching a video. Have you unlocked explosive ammo for the rifle? Yeah, but I haven't made any. I've unlocked tons of stuff, but I haven't made it yet. Things take time. I'm not saying you're not saying that, but I love when people say that. They're like, why don't you make... so I just did the video where, you know, we're making fuel, and then I'm powering on the strut in strut F. People are like, why don't you use turbo fuel instead? Well, because it takes like twice as long. That's why. Why don't I just do everything as to the most efficient? Because it takes super, super long amounts of time. Explosive ammo takes a long time. Alt and right click. Oh, you got it. Thank you. You nailed it. Thank you very much. All right, we'll just stamp that. Bonk. That'll be on the map when I get out of the way now, I think. We'll be able to see that one. Dude, appreciate all the super chats. Holy shit, thank you. I should probably pay for all your designs that I borrowed. And this is from Thel T Guy. Thel T Guy? Thanks for the streams, he says. Thank you. Hey, you can... Yeah, yeah, actually, that's a good point. You're not allowed to borrow them unless you do at least minimum $20 super chat. I'm not going to charge for them on Patreon, but you do have to... what's the word? It's a gentleman's agreement. That you have to kind of drop a super chat if you're going to use my blueprints. I think that's only fair. A joke. Alright. Gonna head on back, get those high-speed connectors. We have some over in base. And then we'll run back over here. Actually, just before we do that, though, it'd be good if I could see where that other hard drive was. So, we know there's one right over there. Yeah, it's tiny, but it's on the map now, so that's good. So if I was a game designer, where would I put the other one? Is that actually in or out? Oh, that's out of the circle. So interesting. All right. That's that one over there. So we're looking for another one over this way as we make our way back. I suppose towards that radar tower. Don't hit me. Hang on just one sec. I'll catch my chat in just a minute. Behind on things. Suppose we have the gas filters here, so we're actually fine. Okay, so your hard drive is done. Oh yeah, sorry. Let's check that one out. Thanks for the reminder. Alt right click. Yep, thank you. Biocoal. See, oh, that's kind of interesting. Obviously, you can't automate it properly, but it's kind of interesting. Anyway, so iron and water to get pure iron ingots. Well, I obviously need that. I haven't got that, so definitely need it. And then there's wire by mixing deuterium. So I'm gonna go with the pure iron ingot. I can't believe I haven't got that yet. I didn't even know it was a thing. I kind of thought it wasn't for so long because I have the deuterium where you mix deuterium ore with water, and you mix copper ore with water, and you get way more out of it. So now we have the iron variant, I guess. Alright, that's our last hard drive in there for now. Really enjoy your series. Again, Brother Jay, thank you very much for the super chat. Hope this helps to keep the series going. I really do appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. This is pretty incredible, so thank you. Thank you very much, guys. It's not lost on me, you know? These aren't... You can do a lot with $10. You can buy a whole game for that. DLC, that kind of thing. So I appreciate you supporting the series, basically. So thank you. Alright, we have a hard drive over this way. Oh, there it is. You can see it. Guys. You're coming a little much now. You're gonna make me emotional. Jedi, or I think it's Jedi. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong, but he's dropping 22 as well. There's 30% to YouTube, sadly. But you and Satisfactory, let's go. Paying back the builds and blueprint. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. Of course, that was also a joke. I hope everyone got that. But yeah, thank you. I want to say Jedi Call, but apologies if it's like Jadikal. Needs a stator and 20 megawatts of power. Alright, so I know what I need. So let's just alt right click that. Oh, see, I was doing alt right click, but if you're carrying the beacon thing, the scanner, it won't work. So that's why I couldn't do it. Alright, at least that makes sense. It wasn't totally crazy. Alright, so we're going to head back. We're going to pick up some stators, and we'll pick up some high-speed connectors. We can unlock both hard drives, and then we'll get back on our slug hunt. Dude, an etheric bard again with another 10. He says there is the other half. Thanks for all the bard designs. And Bonsai JVN says, you avid for iron, caterium, copper ingot sheets, and crystal quartz. Oh, interesting. I don't think I have that one yet. It's an unspoken agreement. Yeah, an unspoken agreement. Exactly. Not necessarily gentleman's agreement. Just takes a long time. That's the working title of Satisfactory. Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, oh, why haven't you done this yet? It just takes time, you know? Things take time. I don't have infinite time. I spend so much time just like planning everything I'm going to do. If you add on, okay, let's do turbo fuel instead of regular fuel. It's like, okay, so I need to find sulfur. I need to get coal. We have to make compact coal. We need more power for that, so I have to get more power. I guess you're getting power from it, so in the end it does give you a net benefit. But it's just one of those things, it's like, yep, you're just adding a bit more complexity to something, a build like this, which is already melting my mind. Although, from here on, I think it's going to be fairly straightforward. We're now populating each strut, so each video is just going to be, okay, now we're going to go over and do plastic. Now we're going to go over and do whatever. Now we can do the core. And on one of the streams, I'll probably do the train station. So, we'll be making pretty good progress with it from now on out, I think. I've been saying that for a while, but I truly do believe that once we start getting the style and shape in place, now that that's all kind of done, the oil and water is all pumped up. That was one of the more difficult things, so it should be pretty straightforward from here on out. Just a matter of delivering in the goods from the train station, like the computers, but everything else is just made on site. I think it's just the crystal oscillators that come in via rail. And then the railway will obviously take things out. You say the name almost right. It's a mix between Jedi from Star Wars and the Dutch word for kaal, which means bold. Kaal. Kaal. Planning is like going down the rabbit hole. Yeah, indeed. You should get a lizard doggo. Yeah, there's two over here that just hang around. I wouldn't have never even known you could do that. People have just told me you can tame them. What, you give them like berries and things, don't you? Let me just check if I have stators. Stators I don't think I would have readily available unless we take a train down to my factory where they're made. But we could probably make them. I feel like they're not that complicated. Let's do section, workbench. Just make these power shards super quick, clear up some of the inventory. Found a bunch of yellow ones, so that's pretty good. And 5 purple ones, actually, which is great. Oh no, just 1 purple one, but it gives us 5, yeah. Okay, so, oh, we can make stators. I might have actually been able to make them right there and then. Can't remember how many it was, do you remember? I feel like it wasn't more than like 20. Tell you what, we'll just put that in a machine just for the moment. Alright, so I can just make those in the background. Hey, Drunk Dwarf. I gotta go. Life things to do. Thanks for the content, Darren. See you, chat. See you, Shimo. Thanks for stopping by. And thanks for being a member. You should... Oh, yeah, I read that already. Anyone know when Update 8 will be out of experimental? No, I don't even think they know. Because they went on holiday as soon as they... Well, about 2 weeks after they put it out in experimental. They're on holiday for a month. So then they're going to come back, and I guess it's just a matter of seeing how long it's going to take to stabilize it, optimize it, get rid of any of the biggest bugs. There's a lot of bugs if you check the Q&A site, so I would imagine at least 3 months. I mean, I don't know, but I would imagine 3 months. I don't think you're going to get 1.0 until early, maybe March, April, maybe even, yeah, maybe March, April next year at this point. J Hartby as well, dropping another 8. Just as an FYI, it's J Hart Baby. Oh yeah, of course, BB, yeah. J Hart Baby. Okay, J Hart itself is chill though. I don't know why I'm like this. That's okay. High-speed connectors. I think they're upstairs. They might be in the manufacturing area. Yep, we've got a few there. Oh, we've got tons of stators actually. Good. Didn't need to make any. Alrighty, so give me those stators. It needed power, but we have what we need for a biomass burner and stuff, right? Yep. And do I have much space? Get rid of the wood. Keep everything else. Alright, we just head back out now. So basically we're heading back to these two locations. We can get rid of this. Maybe just drop a marker there. Awesome. Jerry as well gifted a membership. Gifted what Darren Plays memberships. And it went to Jackson. I was just trying to see who it went to. Jackson Doschlaw, I'm guessing. Dovschlaw? Sorry. Is now a member. Thank you. Thanks, Jerry. I'm waiting for turbo fuel for the jetpack with update 8. Oh, yeah, that's going to be nice. I do make turbo fuel in our oil processing plant, so I'll just extract some then. I have turbo fuel in my inventory often. For vehicles and stuff. I've got way more than I normally would have because I was anticipating today needing it for driving a lot. But we're not actually driving that much. We're just hopping around. Alright, I'm just going to make my way out, but we'll keep it on slugs. See if we can find any on the way. I think coleslaw? Oh, so it is like slaw. I just wasn't sure. For some reason... Oh, yeah. I don't know why I thought... For some reason, I thought there was like a little line through the L, like a Polish symbol. There's like a Polish... I don't know the name of it, but the Polish language has that. So I thought it was like a Polish name. But Dobslaw is easy to say. If that's the way you say it. And Christopher Wilson as well. Thank you for becoming a member. I'm calling these out before they even pop up on screen. That's how on top of it I am. Yeah, but making biofuel would be fun too. There's so much I want to do in the game. Like stuff like that. Like all these random little side things. Like make a little alien factory where you make biomass or you make DNA points. That kind of thing. Those should be easy enough builds actually, really. Is it above me? No idea where this is. Getting a good signal in this direction. Let's just jump to that arch and see, does it get better? Oh, it does get better. Oh, right, I see it. It was on the far side. Nice. G'day, Pato from Australia. And apologies if I've missed any chat. Just type it again if I missed it. If you had a question that I missed. What's the weather like in my area? It's totally fine. Yeah, I'm in the southeast of UK. And every year living here, we've had a heat wave. Except for this year. And this year, everyone else is getting one. So, it's kind of interesting. But I wonder if we're just like delayed. If we'll get it like in late July or August or something. But yeah, it's just been like cloudy and... It was really windy and really rainy the last couple of days. But a couple weeks ago, the weather was awesome. It was just really nice. Alright, I'm assuming this is down below me somewhere, but we'll leave it. I'll just move on. We're just heading out in this direction anyway. If it's too awkward to get to, I'll just leave it. The mom is done, but we'll wait till we pick up our next one anyway. Probably in a cave. Do you plan on installing mods for Satisfactory? No, not until 1.0. Because I don't want... Especially if I'm on YouTube, I don't want to do some sort of series or some... Yeah, make something and then a mod breaks and things don't work. So, until 1.0, I feel like you're just never guaranteed that a mod author will keep up with stuff if there's significant updates, you know? Where's my marker? So I left my marker here. Is this where the hard drive is? Oh my god. Guy's huge. Oop. almost like you couldn't hit me there while I was crouched. Again, guys, so awesome. But thank you so much. First super chat ever. Couldn't think of a better creator to give it to. I love your Satisfactory series. Keep up the great work. That's from Josh Healthmacher. Thank you very much, Josh. And very kind words as well. Thank you. Wow. Normally don't get any super chats. Maybe like 1 or 2. Thank you. Alright, we're stated out of our minds, so we'll have to put down the biomass burner. Bonk. Alright, easy as that. So, throw that hard drive into a man. Alright, next one up. So, steel-coated... I'm working from the right to left, because why... I don't know why. Alternate steel-coated plate. So, you mix steel ingots with plastic, and you get a bunch of iron plates out. 45 per minute, 18. So, 3 in, 2 in, and you get 18 out. Pretty good. But I don't think... I always am averse... I have an aversion to using like anything that requires oil in any recipe. If I can avoid it, I'd rather not. So that's a no from me. But this one, I'd probably go with just because it's something that we're working towards in the future. I'd like to have as many options as possible when dealing with nuclear. So we have a manufacturer needs uranium, silica, sulfur, and quickwire in order to make encased uranium cells. But at the moment, it's made in a blender utilizing, what is that, nitric acid or something? Something like that, or sulfuric acid, that's what it would be. And then it's uranium and thing. So less uranium. And you, instead of making the sulfuric acid, you just mix in the sulfur. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Instead of copper, you use silica though, so that, and quickwire, that's, I don't know if that's good, but go with that one anyway. Toss another one in. Alright, so we had one more in this location. It was just over here. Over that way. Alright, by the way, did you go and joyride in the parking lot for parking practice? I did, yeah. I actually did do that. We did. Oh, it was really weird. It was just the night before. So for those who don't know, just to recap, I'm doing driving lessons at the moment. And I had a 1.5 week gap between lessons. So I was like, oh, and parking is something I'm struggling a little bit with. The main thing I'm struggling with isn't necessarily the parking itself. It's I'm getting confused. So my instructor will say like, you know, you want to line up the parking bay with the halfway mark at the door and then full lock the wheel and go in for a front park, something like that, right? Or he'll say something equivalent like, okay, for a reverse park, you line it up 3 spaces back with your shoulder, you know, that kind of thing. And I just always get it mixed up. I'm like, if I just eyeball it, I get pretty good. I usually get it in 1, or I'll get it on the first correction, you know, and you're allowed up to 3 corrections. It's totally fine. But I keep forgetting, like, what it is, which one I'm supposed to be doing. So I'm trying to build up the muscle memory by just doing it over and over again. So we have our own car, obviously, and Rosie can drive. So we just went to a car park late at night. About 10 o'clock, just as the car park was getting close to closing. And it's pretty empty. There's still some people in there, but pretty empty. Hang on just 1 second. Carrying way too much crap. Can I get rid of that? I really don't need. Rubber. Alright. Anyways, long story short, I was in that car park and we were doing our thing. We were only doing it for about 15 minutes, just kind of parking in different spots and just going around in circles, just parking and trying different things. Just getting used to it. And then Rosie was like, could you just stay away from that guy? And we look out, and it's lashing rain. It's like super, super, almost like torrential rain. Super rain at the time. Because it was just, like, it was raining throughout the day, but then it was like a spell of particularly heavy rain just for that point. And it's like 10 o'clock at night. Car park's getting close to closing. It's maybe 9:45. And this dude comes out, and he's just standing in the rain in the middle of an empty car park. And it's a big car park. Just standing in the middle of it. Or in the corner, kind of in the corner of it, but in the middle of several spaces. So if I'll actually do this just for fun. If this is the entire car park and the size of a car is just like, you know, a tiny piece of this, like not like, let's say even, yeah, let's just say that that's the size of a space, right? These are the spaces, that kind of thing, right? So the car park's even bigger than that. It goes on pretty far out, but just to illustrate. So anyway, we're using this amount of the space, and the car park probably goes on to about to there, and probably across to about there, and to here, right? Just like that. So I'm only using this little bit. I'm going around in circles, just practicing, maybe this bit, practicing using these spaces and stuff. Anyway, this guy walks out. He's here. He just walks out to about there, stands in the middle. So he's right in the middle of where we're kind of circling all the time. Kneels down in the lashing rain, just gets on his knees and starts looking up to the sky. And I'm like, don't worry about the guy, it's fine, whatever, we'll just keep doing it. But Rosie's like really nervous that this guy's just gonna run at the car for some reason, or just freak out. Like try to knife it or something, I don't know. And he's carrying like some stick. Rosie said it was a stick. I couldn't quite see what he was carrying, but she said like he has some big like branch or stick or something. And he's just kneeling there. So we go around 1 or 2 more times, and Rosie's getting real nervous. So I'm like, okay, forget it then. So I just park really quickly here, get out, swap back over. She gets in, and we just leave. So we could have done another 15 minutes or so. I only got about 15 minutes in total. But the guy sort of interrupted the whole experience, I guess, because he was right where I want. So why didn't I go to the other side of the car park? Because Sainsbury's is over there, McDonald's is over there, and there was a few people still kind of trickling around that area. So just to be out of the way, I was using the part where like there was nobody, basically. So that was why. So yeah, thanks for listening to my little parking story. I don't have a great conclusion to it. Don't know what was up with the guy. When I got out to swap seats, it sounded like he was praying. Sounded like that. So, or chanting or saying something, speaking to the sky. Anyway, Stephen Foster dropped a super chat. He said it's also his first super chat. Took me 5 minutes to figure it out. Love the series. Thank you so much, Stephen. Appreciate it a lot. It's really nice to be someone's first super chat as well. It's just really cool. Daffo the Golden Hair also dropped another small super chat. Just a small thanks for all the entertainment. Thank you very much. The reason I said small is because you said small in the thing. So just FYI. Appreciate it a lot. Thank you. And thanks for listening to my story. So let me just have a quick read. Do I play FIFA? No. I don't play any sports games at the moment currently. Did you... Oh yeah, I read that already. How about some scrap mechanic? I haven't really looked at it, so I wouldn't... Not anytime soon, just because I haven't looked at it. But my schedule is totally full of stuff, so I'm good for a little while. The next thing I plan on playing is City Skylines 2 in October. Before that, maybe something could pop up that could be like a nice mini-series, 20 videos or something. But other than that, I don't know. Oh no. Oh, it was an autosave. Okay, we're good. I thought the game froze on me. Great illustration, thank you. Yeah, I was just trying to give you an idea of the space. It's like, oh, he's just unfortunately using up all that space that we were like in that place. Maybe he was praying, maybe. Yeah, I don't know if he was praying or maybe something really bad happened to him and he was like, you know what? I just need to get out into the rain and just cleanse myself and just become one with nature. Or maybe it's just high off his head. I have no idea what was up with him. But 9:45 in a Sainsbury's car park to get down on your knees in the soaking rain and just say something up to the heavens while a car is basically doing laps around you was a weird experience. So yeah. But yeah, we might go out and do it tonight again. My next lesson's on Wednesday, so I'd like to get one more little joyride in before then if I could. Alright, need to get rid of something. Get rid of the grass, I guess. Keep off the grass. Alright. This probably isn't done yet, is it? Nope, 3.5 minutes to go. Alright, let's just do a little bit more exploring. Get rid of this stamp. Served its purpose. I'm blocking this one. It would be good to set up another radar tower somewhere out this way. We're at a confluence point between radar towers. Almost. There could be one there. And then maybe in the deep dark woods. Do you want us to... Should we go to the woods and fight the spider? Do I have homing ammo with me? I think I have a little bit, right? I have 83 shots. Maybe could make some, actually, because I have high-speed connectors with me right now. Hang on. Dude, easy. Yeah, let's make a bunch. Alright, let me read chat while that's happening. Are you still live? I am live, yes. How much more content do you think will be in your Anno series? Haven't watched the last 2 episodes yet. At the moment, I don't know, but the idea now is literally just to beautify islands. So I haven't started that yet, but that'll be the next time. So tonight I'll be doing City Skylines, so ideally tomorrow I'll sit down and just spend like 4 or 5 hours trying to beautify a couple of islands and then time-lapsing them in an edit. And then obviously you have to talk over it, so that's the next few episodes really. It's just going to be stuff like that and maybe highlight it. It won't be really any gameplay left. It'll just be time-lapses and maybe walking around a bit. I'm gonna wait till we make, maybe until I have 50 high-speed connectors left. I got my car license just before Christmas. Hey, congratulations. Maybe he's praying for your parking. That's funny. Good night. See you, Sanjay. I love the beautifying the islands. So do I. I don't know how it'll go, though, if it's an entire episode. That might be a bit strange. Although, probably run more World's Fair at the beginning and end as well. Something like that. Keep getting those tickets. Alright, so that's a location for a radar tower, and so is that in the future. Do I have what I need for one? I actually do. That's good. Alright, let's go to that marker first. We'll set that one up, and then we'll head out into the... I don't have power with me, but I'll just put the radar tower down, and then we can drag power over to it on our way back. A bit later. Hang on just one sec. He can't see me if I'm in the tree. I wanted to shake up the music a bit. Coal deposits. Don't even think about it. Don't do it. Good boy. Alright. Dancing cats. Have you turned on arachnophobia mode? I answered that before. Yes. I've seen what it looks like, yeah. I was actually just telling Rosie about it yesterday. Because she's a community manager for Tiny Build. And they have a game called... Kill It With Fire, I think it's called, or something like that. And it's about killing spiders. But even that game has an arachnophobia mode. So I was telling her, like, oh, Satisfactory has one too. This is a nice area. It's funny seeing them all run. They must be getting attacked by things. Did I go too far away from the thing? Oh yeah, I did. Nice. Berries everywhere as well. So this is the site where I said it could be good for a radar tower, just to fill the gap that we have between things. I'll hook that up with power a bit later. I'll leave the marker there for the future. Oh nice, there's actually sulfur here too. Normal. Okay. Oh, so many enemies. Alright, are we safe here? Almost certainly not. I don't want to waste... Oh, he died in the gas! That's interesting, they take damage from gas. Come at me then. Oh, he just died as well. Oh, so sad. Kill It With Fire is a fun game. Yeah, I've never played it. It's not one of Rosie's specific games that she manages, it's just part of the company she works for. Amusing game, I enjoyed it. Yeah, the ones that she is a community manager for is Potion Craft, which is a really cool game. I recommend it if you haven't seen it before, and it's also on Game Pass. But and another one she's a community manager for was... Oh my god, she's a manager for 2. I think actually 3, but damn, yeah, I can't remember what the other one is. Oh, it's a game called Black Skylands. Which she actually plays, she prefers, well, I don't want to put words in her mouth, but she plays that more than any of the others, I think. And it's kind of like, it's on Steam, and I think it's coming to console. And Black Skylands, I think it's coming out of early access soon. And it's basically like a little top-down pixel game, like a 2D pixelated game, top-down, but you're like a commander of an airship, and you're navigating an airship through the skies, going to different places, and then you get out, I think, and you can like shoot other enemies, and you can get into the airship and shoot flying enemies and stuff like that. Actually looks really cool. Like it be a good Steam Deck game or handheld game. At least that's what I kind of think of when I think of see those games. But they've added like a big overhaul to its story and all this stuff, so seems interesting. I don't know enough about the game, but whenever I've seen her playing it, I'm like, actually, it looks pretty cool. Like, you're equipping your airship with all these different weapons. It reminds me in some ways of a game I used to play back in the day called Luftrausers, which is also awesome if anyone's ever played that. Don't know why I picked a fight here. There's no need to. I'll just pick up their remains and then leave this place. Alright. Getting a bit sidetracked. Oh yeah, there's the hard drive. Sweet. Might have this one already. No, seems good. Anyway, that's another great game. I didn't realize they were from the same studio. Well, they're from the same publisher, so the publisher is Tiny Build, so they will fund other people to make games. So that's what a publisher does, right? So it's like, oh, like they look for indie games, they look for smaller titles, they give them like 30 grand or something. I actually have no idea the amounts, but I would imagine it's a small amount, like 30,000. So that secures them for a year of development, and then Tiny Build probably take like 10, 15, 20%, you know? That's what a publisher does. I'd love to be a publisher. I think it's that would be a cool thing to be one. Sorry, I'm getting confused. But yeah, I look forward to it. I actually get to meet those guys soon because I'm heading over to Amsterdam because Rosie's going for like a corporate party kind of thing. And she works from home normally, so it's a good chance to like meet everybody and stuff. She's done it once before. I need 2 of these, right? So it should be fun. Maybe I'll pitch them a game. How do I split this? It's Alt drag or something, isn't it? Why can't I remember? Oh, it might be because my inventory is full. Yeah, my inventory is full. All right, 13 in there. 13 in there. Alright, easy as that. Another one bites the dust as we make our way out to the spider area. Oh man, a few days ago I watched a video from you on the TV. My watch watched with me for a bit, and she told me that we have a bit of the same way that we talk. Does this make me narcissistic? Oh, right. I'd say if it's just one creator that you watch that sounds like you, then no. But if you find that there's a pattern of other people you watch, then maybe. Convert the power slugs, you get the space? Yeah, I just have too much stuff. I shouldn't be carrying around turbo fuel and stuff. It's not needed. I'm also keeping all the remains as a trophy. Is that it? There we go, 3 slots now. Alright, so I don't remember, but is this done yet? It is, sweet. Alright, so we have the biocoal yet again, recycled rubber and recycled plastic now this time. Oh, you guys are high on the rubber one. Never gonna use it, but we'll get that. Alright, 2 more to go. Nice. Making good progress. Whoa. Just peeking right over the edge so you can get me. Alright, let's see. So if anyone's just joined again, just as a reminder, we're just basically out slug hunting and hard drive hunting at the same time. Just trying to catch some extra bits of materials that we'll need for the future. And recipes. And doing it the old-fashioned way, just finding them organically through using the scanner. Alright, we're getting close to this deathly looking area. Have I got that? I think I've already got that one. Yeah. Somewhere this direction, it says. Oh, I see it. Alright, we gotta be prepared to run in this place. Convert the power slugs, you'll get space. You also can use the flower petals for the biomass furnace. Oh yeah, good point. Whoop. Go on. Oh yeah, I just learned as well that mycelia in the game is actually renewable. I didn't realize it was. It grows back. The little fungal caps that you can grab on the ground give you mycelia. I thought it was only the big things that do, but apparently not. That's good to know. I've always been really worried about chopping those down because I'm like, oh, you know, it's limited. Another hard drive over there. Oh, you can go in there? It's the rule in video games, right? If there's a cave, you gotta be able to, or a waterfall, you gotta be able to go behind it. Nice. Are you looking for any recipes in specific? Nope, I don't know any recipes. I don't look things up outside the game, so I wouldn't even know what there is available beyond what is here. Oh shit. It's uranium. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm good. Good to just know that it's here. Don't have to actually get it. Let's just see. So we're on the edge. So yeah, I need to go further out and build a radar tower. Hang on the edge here for a second. Ah, no, I'm out of heavy modular frames. I won't be able to build one. So there's no need for me to go any deeper. I could maybe just quickly have a look for a hard drive and just see if we come across one. But no, I kind of just thought today's stream I would just go out and... what I needed more than anything was slugs. I needed to overclock some machines. And I just thought, hey, while we're out here, why not just set up some radar towers? Why not get some hard drives? Get some extra recipes, perhaps? Needs 5 supercomputers. Okay, I actually have supercomputers, but... leaving a stamp on that so I know where that is in future. I don't actually... is it there? I assume it's there. Yeah. Alright, cool. Alright, we'll just have to make our way back. Unfortunately, I don't really have the equipment to be dealing with this place right now. Such a miserable biome. Could be the same one, I'm not sure. But yeah, maybe now just for a little while. For the next hour or so, I could just do some beautification in at Big Shell. Because I kind of been meaning to do that. My inventory's been pretty full. I feel like I've explored a decent amount. Been to some new places. Another hard drive out that way. Might just go quickly and have a look for it. Have you been to Amsterdam before? If not, really interested in what you think. I have. It's probably my favorite city in the world. I haven't been to many cities, to be fair. But I have been there before. And sorry for taking so long to respond to that. But yeah, no. Been there maybe 3 or 4 times before. I love it. I just think it looks really beautiful, and it's just cool. Everyone bikes, there's parks everywhere. It's just, there's rivers running through the place. It just looks great. I love it. Love the vibe. Big fan of weed, so the fact that it's legal there, pretty cool. At least in my opinion. So yeah, looking forward to going over again. I went with a friend a few years ago. And I went with Rosie maybe 2 years ago. And we just stayed over for a couple of nights. It's nice. It's really cheap and quick to go over as well. Because it's so close. I think we went to the Anne Frank Museum last time we were there. This would be a good location for a factory. This huge open area. $15 megawatts. Oh, we can get this one. That's easy. You prefer indica or sativa weed strains? So, because I've never lived in a country where it's legal, I know very little about weed. Generally speaking. I mean, I've smoked a lot, but I couldn't really tell you many of the differences. But I, from my loose knowledge, indica will be like more relaxing and sativa is more like energizing, I think, right? So I don't really know beyond that, but I don't know what I was smoking when I was in school. You know, I don't know what I had. I didn't actually have much when I was in college, but yeah, I guess I can't talk too much about it. And then when I was in Amsterdam, again, I don't know what I'm ordering, really. I just go into a coffee shop and I'm like, yeah, whatever. Let's look at what's there. When I was in California for a while, I was with a friend, so he knew a lot more, and I stayed with him for 2 weeks. So I don't remember at this point, but whatever I had in California was amazing. Because I struggle with sleep. I don't sleep very well. I'm a very light sleeper as well. So if I wake up, I also can't get back to sleep easily. And I normally sleep like 7 hours-ish. But when I was in America, and whatever weed we had then, I had the best sleeps ever. I woke up feeling not tired. Every day I wake up, I feel very tired. And I've had that for many years. But when I was in America for 2 weeks, whatever weed I was having there, I would wake up in the morning feeling like I just had like the best sleep ever. Like I just woke up not tired, and it was so, I was like, wow, I didn't know this is even possible. Now I'm sure it was a combination of things. I was out every day. I was out in the sun every day. I was active and doing things. Whereas normally I just sit here and do this all day. So that could be also part of it, you know. But that was, I've never really replicated that. I've even had weed over here and it's just never been the same. So I imagine having that legal grade, good quality shit is good. I don't know. But do I smoke? No, I don't smoke normally. Yeah, I don't smoke cigarettes or anything like that. But I'll eat a weed gummy, and I'd rather not smoke weed. I don't like the idea of smoking really generally. But if you can eat a brownie or something like that, that's all good. But each to their own, I'm not telling you what to do. Be sure to check around the hard drive sites for supplies. Might find some heavy modular frames. It's a good point, actually. We were short on some for building that radar tower. Did I find any just now? Yeah, you normally do get heavy modular frames. It's like the most consistent thing you find, I think. But no, I don't see any. There's... Nope, not around this one anyway. We'll just have to keep moving. I'm going to keep heading north. We're going to go back to my vehicle and drive it back. So... Oh, I also had to power on that radar. 30 seconds. We'll just wait for this. I actually need to go to the bathroom super quick, so I'll be back in just 1 sec. Be right back. Alrighty. By the way, take in mind, it is now illegal to smoke weed in public in Amsterdam. If you're open-minded on arts, games, and are hyped of lights. Check out NXT Museum in Amsterdam. Okay, I actually have a day on my own over there, so that could be something to do. I'll write it down. It's illegal to smoke in public. So that doesn't mean coffee shops, though, does it? I assume they're still going, and they're okay, right? That's where I did it. I wouldn't really be walking around with it. NXT Museum. Thanks. That looks really cool. Usually only smoke lemon haze, puts me to sleep like a baby. See, I don't know any strains or anything like that. I need to get educated on it. I don't know where you find out. See, the thing is, because it's not legal, it's not easy to find out that stuff. But I suppose just reading stuff online. But it's the problem with online is just, you know, hard to trust anything there. Ooh, a different type of supercomputer. Where I'm going through all this effort to make a giant supercomputer factory, and here's a different recipe for it, which involves making cooling systems first. So motors and heat sinks, maybe. Mixed with radio control units. What do you think? I'll leave this on screen for this one. I'm leaning supercomputer, even though I don't think I'm going to use it because I've just built a factory with this layout in mind, so I'm not planning on changing that. So probably not going to make them this way. The RCU factory has actually been changed, so I don't make those anymore. So I could maybe make use of that. Probably not. I feel like the current recipe I have for it is better. The one I use is the bottom one, alternate recipe 1. Oscillators, circuit boards, casing and rubber. That's what I had been using. I feel like probably that one. Leafly is a great strain database. Leafly. Alright, I'll look that up as well. Thank you. Good night, Jay Hard baby. And thanks, by the way, again, just for, if I don't see people out, all the super chats and support in this one has been incredible, so thank you very much. Welcome to Berlin if you feel like smoking in public. I've been to Berlin once before. It's really nice. I was kind of on the outskirts actually, so it was okay in the area I was, but it was nice people that I met there. Caught you live. Hey, another guy. Check for coffee shops with Amsterdam genetics. Those are the best. Found in the center at the Tweed Kamer. A few other places marked on Google Maps. I'll take a screenshot of this so that I can you just join my Discord? Just write that in there, or DM me or something. Or just write a comment on a video, because then I'll see it, because otherwise in the live chat it's going to disappear. I have no way of saving it. I've been to Berlin, just lovely city with a lot of character. Love to go there again. What's the standard recipe for supercomputers? So the one I'm using is the standard recipe. So computers, AI limiters, high-speed connectors, and plastic. And everything I'm making is going to be made on site. So I suppose what we're removing is the need for oil. If you were to make radio control units from, let's say, the standard recipe, not using rubber, then you've no oil in that process, right? Well, it depends how you make the crystal oscillators, I guess, but probably not. Then if you made the alternate recipe for the coolant, the cooling system, you use motors and heat sinks, no oil in that process, but you'll be using, is that aluminum solution or is it nitrous gas? I guess I don't know. I never know the difference between the two. So that could be the difference. It's like, oh, this is a way of making supercomputers without any need for oil. And generally, I guess, kind of less components. But I'm building a supercomputer factory with all of this stuff in mind. It's already set, so I'm never going to use that. At least not right now. Maybe in the future, but probably not. Unless I'm really short. So I think this is the one I'll probably make the most use out of. Or maybe this, if I ever needed lots of smart plating. So I'll go with this one. Got 2 more to go. I mean, eventually, hopefully we get them all, right? So that'll be the idea. Alright, let's get a move on. Let's speed up a bit, because I've been slowing down a lot. Let's just remove this. Gonna head over and power on this radar tower. And then we'll go up to our car and drive back. And then we'll just mess around in Big Shell for a while. Try to make it look cool. Let's do that. Guess we'll keep a lookout for slugs. I'm below it or something, or above it, I don't care, it's fine. That one went away very fast, which makes you think it was right below me, probably. Yeah, I don't see it. Might have been below. A person said there's like a different audio sound or something, or the way the beeps go. I can't really work that out though. When will stream end? So it's currently 2.5 hours in, maybe in about 30 or 40 minutes, something like that. Just want to do a shorter stream today, about 3 hours. In general, 3 hours I think is a good number for the stream anyway. But yeah, 4 sometimes is kind of what I aim for. I'll come on the Discord later this evening. Sweet. Just if you've got any of those tips. Or you could just DM me or write a comment on YouTube or something. I see all my comments, so if you wrote a comment on this video or something, I'd see it. Wherever is most suitable for you. DMs on Twitter, anything like that. It's all good. But yeah, for those who don't know, discord.gg/WDP. That's how you get in there. Are there actually enough hard drives in the game to get every alternate recipe? Yeah, I had that question at the very beginning. There is, so you don't have to worry about losing out. It's more just a time efficiency thing, because you can get them all eventually. The only thing is, like, some hard drive sites are gated behind high-end goods, so it's not like you'll be able to get everything before you even start the game. It's like, no, you'll have to be able to supply a supercomputer into a hard drive site before you can get it, you know? Stuff like that. So, we're heading... I just realized the compass up top doesn't actually say northwest, south, or east. But that's... yeah, so we want to go that way. Okay, cool. It'll be a fun zip line. Don't know if it'll go across to here. It's so much easier to see slugs at night. Crazy. Just spot loads of them as soon as it gets dark. That's funny, I thought they were slugs, or one of them was. Oh, there is one at the back of it. Anyway, no spider fight. No, not today. I think it'd be... oh. I think I just got hit by one, did I? Oh my god, my frame rate. Yeah, I think it'd be better to do that in a video anyway. Like, actually go back with some firepower. Guys, I don't even know where I'm going, and we're about to hit an autosave, so... I need to go to the right, okay. No power towers. I don't know what that is. I don't know what a power tower is. Oh, I'm not on update 8. I'm on update 7. Update 8 doesn't run very well for me. Talked about that earlier in the stream, and in every stream I've done so far since update 8 came out, but basically it runs at like 20 FPS, and it doesn't matter if I turn all the settings to the lowest, it doesn't gain me 1 frame. So the settings are making no difference. It's just like the world has slowed my game. It's like my CPU just has a raw incompatibility with the save. If I start a brand new save, it jumps up to like 160 FPS, but then I just know that obviously as I populate the world with machines, it just has this massive negative effect. So yeah, so something's just totally broken for me. So no power tower. I haven't seen any of that stuff yet. I loaded into update 8, but I didn't look at any of the features other than the graphical stuff. I was playing around with Lumen and settings and things like that. Yeah, the autosave's not that bad on its own. I'd say it's 3 times slower when I stream. This game does not run that badly for me. It runs much worse when I stream. You'll notice, like, when I'm doing videos, I mean, I actually do trim out the autosaves in videos, but you won't see my frame rate dipping when I'm in videos as much, because during recording it's fine. It's just the streams that seem to really hammer it particularly bad. Alright, we're hooked up. So that means that radar tower should be active. Means if we turn on resources, boom. You can now see what's out this way. Is this the one we just did? No, this is the one. Cool. So yeah, we can see more oil. We have sulfur, extra iron, deuterium as well. A couple of geysers. Lots of coal. We can get rid of that as well now. So my radar coverage is basically this. Yeah, pretty good. Kind of a few redundant radar towers in the center of the map, I guess. A lot of overlap. Can move some of them out. Want to get a bit more space. There's like that little pocket that's not covered right here. It could be anything there. It could be amazing what's right there. Anyway, alright, let's head on back. I was going to drive back, so I want to go get my Explorer. It's going to take a little while to roll out there. Actually, we could maybe drive out to one and then pick it up and then delete this one and bring that one back. I just don't like leaving cars everywhere. We'll have to see complicated power, nuclear or anything else. Yeah, so I'll be doing that. So basically, as I've mentioned, supercomputers is the next thing. So I'm doing that in that big build at the moment. I anticipate it's going to be a couple weeks probably until I get that done at this rate. But once that's done, then it's batteries. Battery factory, so that's mixing sulfur and a few other things. Once the battery's done, then it's nuclear. Because I want batteries first so I can set up drones. My plan is to set up miners that get all the uranium on the map, but move it via drone. Now, I thought that before I just saw that uranium that was in that cave. I don't know how I'm going to... Well, I suppose ultimately you can just ship it outside the waterfall and pick it up. But yes, that's the plan. So I don't know if anyone does that, but it just seems obvious to me. It's like uranium. It's tough to handle. It causes radiation. It has problems. So it's like, okay. And there's not that much of it. It's also, there's only like 3 deposits on the entire map. It's like, okay, we'll get drones to pick them up then. That'll deliver it into our nuclear facility, which we can choose to build wherever we want. The idea was that we build it out in the desert. I just thought that'd be kind of cool. And, although I don't know, do you need water? I have no idea what you need for it, so I'll have to look into that when we get there. But then I'll choose the location, and we'll build out a cool nuclear factory. I'm not planning on making it like some insane, super insane thing. I don't know how it's made, but I just want to build a few nuclear power plants and utilize most of the uranium, if I can, that we have. I don't know what's reasonable or not. Just really quickly, I can see 2 slugs. One was in that rock, because it just loaded back in. I'm going to go up and get that one. And then there was one just over there. Water, aluminum. Oh, you need aluminum, do you? Yeah, I don't know much about it. I know everyone was just like scaring me off it. They're like, oh, you know, make sure you handle your waste correctly and stuff. So, just wanted to get those 2 things in place to prepare for it. Supercomputers and batteries. And then it's nuclear power. And we've got just enough power to get me there, actually, before I'll need more power anyway, so. Oh, that's something else I've heard that you have to do with it, is like create fail-safe power systems for it, because if the power trips, then it could be a real difficult thing to get it back up and running. So it needs its own like local power supply, I guess. Which is cool. But I look forward to it. It's going to be fun. 3, 2, 1. It sounds like a communication problem between your motherboard and the graphics card. Checking out the BIOS for SMT resizable BIOS. I don't know anything about computers like that, so I wouldn't know. All I did to try and figure things out. By the way, it's only this game that has the problem. No other game has any issues. And I downloaded 3D Mark Benchmark, and I'm benchmarking above the average for my setup. So I don't know. Don't think it's me. I think it's the game, and it's just, for some reason, an incompatibility with the specific CPU I'm using. However, that being said, just to rule things out, I got the latest chipset drivers, I got the latest BIOS update. I did a fresh install of the game. I did a few different tricks people do with Unreal 5 to see if it could work. Nothing made any difference, so. And, like I said, the game runs perfect if it's a new world. It's just, for some reason, the background so what the game is doing all the time when it's running is it's calculating everything that's going on in the background. If you can't see it visually, it's running in the background as data, you know, machines, and it's a pretty simple math. That's why Factorio is able to have like such an incredible huge amount of stuff going on, because the math is actually fairly simple. It's like, okay, a machine is making something at this rate, therefore, and then it just calculates the distance on belts, the speed of belt, and then it's like, okay, time to get from X to Y or A to B is this. These machines make these things, and it's all just data. Nothing is actually physical in the world unless you're in front of it seeing it. So the fact that everything's running so badly for me when I'm in the middle of nowhere, it's like, oh, it's nothing to do with the graphics. It's just that the computations in the background are having like this absolute nightmare. It could be a save conversion. I don't know. I've loaded, so I have all my saves that go back all, well, actually I've deleted some of them or put them in a backup, but it goes, every episode goes all the way back. So I loaded 30 episodes back just to see how it was then. And it was running better, but still kind of bad. So it's like, oh, it just seems like, to me, my educated guess on the matter, and I say educated because I did go to school for this stuff. I'm not very good with hardware, but I'm good with software and programming. My educated guess from a programmer's perspective is that for some reason, the computations being done by the amount of machines that you have in the world is not being handled very well for some reason. I don't know why that is. It's like it's not recognizing to do those computations on a thread. It's trying to do it all on one or something, you know? That would be my guess. Some problem there, but I don't know. Yeah. Okay, why did I come out here? Oh, it was to get this car. Did I delete the other car? I think I did, right? No, this is the other car. The other one's over there. I've seen slugs everywhere, man. We're close to a nuclear power plant, so I have a thing for nuclear power. Kind of sad that Germany discontinued it. I understand the reasons and everything, so we'd love to see it in virtual worlds. Yeah, I grew up in Ireland. I don't think they have any there. I've watched Chernobyl, though. So that'll be my inspiration. Hopefully we don't go through the same issues. Alright, pretty good haul. Tectonica is coming out tomorrow. Hope you're planning for it. Kind of. I can't talk about that, I guess. But if you were here earlier in the stream, I mentioned something that'll probably give away what's happening. Yeah, lack of optimization, which is understandable. It's an experimental build of a new engine change. I was reading tons of stuff about it where, like, it's not necessarily their fault. It could be an Unreal 5 thing, because Unreal 5 is really new still. And they might have to wait on Epic to make, like, compatible drivers and stuff for your hardware. So we'll see. I'm a bit worried. Like, it'd be a real shame if my PC is just one of those oddball PCs where it doesn't work, but I mean, it would suck because, like, other games work great. Like, really good. Generally I get quite high frame rates in most things. I do play in 1440p, and it's not as... People say, like, why don't you play in 4K? And there's barely any games that could run like that. At least on high settings. Like, on Cyberpunk, I play in the highest settings and 1440p, and I get 60 FPS. And that's without DLSS. So, like, those games are running great. Battlefield is super optimized. You know, it's like 150 FPS, max settings, looks gorgeous. So, games can do it. It's just that it depends on the game. And Total War Warhammer 3 runs so good. And they know... Normally, their optimization is pretty bad. But their last few games have been running really, really good for me. Alright, we're going to drive back to Big Shell and start improving it. Just get all these hard drives cracked open and... convert all the slugs and just see what we got. I have to upgrade some of the power, actually. We can throw some of the slugs into those straight away. Looking at your save, is that a sync with 8? I don't think so. Because if I go back to save file 1, unless other people reported that problem, there should be nothing in my save that would indicate that there's an issue. You know what I mean? Like, if you go back to, like, if other people said, hey, my current saves are running like ass, then I'd be like, ah, yeah, fair enough. But I don't run mods or anything, so it's like, well, what's the issue? I haven't done anything weird. And I ran tests where I'd open up, I deleted half the world to see how it ran, because I was like, maybe there's some hanging process in the background that's just causing this horrible frame rate. So I went into Satisfactory Calculator, I removed half the machines in the world, and it ran half better, like twice as good. So to me, it's just so clear, from my testing anyway, that it's not a particular thing. It's just that the more machines in the world, for me, that are on, the worse it runs. If I kill my power grid, suddenly everything gets way better. So it's clearly just the machines running. That's the issue, you know? Have I looked at the battle bit? Yeah, I played it a little bit. I actually refunded it. I just didn't think it was very good. And it's not even the graphics. I just thought like the audio is really bad. You can't hear people's footsteps. The guns sound really tinny. It's like, this is fine. I mean, I shout out to the developers doing that game though. Like, I'd be so proud if I was them. And now they're like super rich, so good for them. But I feel like people who are playing that game, it's just indicative of the fact that they want something new to play, something new to progress through, and Battlefield and certain other shooters just are not delivering on that front, on that sense of team play, squad play, large scale. You know, so if you go into Battlefield 5 right now, I feel like you'll have a better experience. Even Battlefield 5. Battlefield 1, 5, maybe 2042 to some degree. Probably not, actually, 2042. But certainly Battlefield 1 and 5 and 4. Because I'll go back to those every now and then. I'm like, this is still great. Like, I don't know why everyone just moves off things, but I guess there's no more progression to be had. And then, like, friends are reaching out to me saying, like, it's so amazing and stuff, and then we play together, and it's like, I don't know, guys, like, it's just a hype because we're all hyped to be in at the same time, but it's not really that good. Like, really. It's like... Anyway, that's my take on it. But shout out to the developers doing it. I'd be very proud if I was them. They stuck with it for a long time, and they made something that feels really good to play. That's for sure. I just drove past where I'm actually going, which is Big Shell. 1 and 4 are my favorites. I liked Bad Company 2 a lot. Yeah, so Bad Company 2 is the first one I really ever played. Battlefield 3, I just loved. Just loved it to death. 4, loved it. 1, I wasn't as big on 1. It was fun. It felt like a weird sort of expansion to me. That's what it felt like. Because it's like, I don't know, something about it just didn't feel like true Battlefield. They changed the movement between 4 and 1. And it's always been the same since that. And it's the same movement you get in Star Wars Battlefront as well. Where it's weird to say, but everything felt ultra smooth, which is a good thing. But if something about it felt like less realistic, it's like we're all gliding around a bit much. But I still really liked it. And then, what was the... Oh yeah, though, actually, I will say, Battlefield 1 had such awesome destruction. I always think of it as just like the desert, but that's not true. The darker European maps I thought were so cool. So yeah, it is cool. Battlefield 5 as well just had a bad rap when it first came out, but if I went back to it after a while and I was like, this is actually really good now. Like, it got updated and it was pretty good. Its destruction was incredible, I thought, too. Calling in those, like, V2 rockets or whatever that come in and just level the place, and the way the buildings went down was so cool. Loved it. Oh, no. Okay. And then what was there? There's Hardline, which is obviously just... Oh, there's no power. I was thinking, why couldn't I fly up here? It's not connected. That's okay. We'll just have to run. Sorry I have to do this twice. Anyway, sorry. I hope I saved enough before 1.0 drops because my PC needs upgrading. I would reckon that 1.0 is not going to drop for this game until, like, April. That would be my guess. And hello, Celtiner. Sorry it took so long to say hi. But yeah, at the moment, I'm still just... Oh my god. Sorry. At the moment, I'm still just playing Octopath Traveler 2. It's a bit of a boring game to talk about, I guess, but I love it. I think it's like a 10 out of 10 type game. Like, I think it's incredible. If you like JRPGs, it's one of the best. One of the best ever. So good. Just keep... Every, like, 10 hours, I'm like, holy shit. Like, there's just more stuff to get, like, excited about. And stuff that I didn't think they'd do or add. And oh my god. I just love it. So, so good. Alright. Here we are. Strut A. I did the worst way of getting up here possible. I could have just taken the lift in the center tower. But I forgot that tower's not powered yet, so... Anyway, alternate recipes in fuel rubber advanced components usually has a way bigger output. The more complex the recipe, the more insane the output. No, and totally, yeah. No, I'm aware of that, yeah. I just feel like, are you struggling? Do you feel like, oh, there's not enough oil on the map to get the rubber I need? Like, do people run into that problem? That's one thing I've found bizarre. It's like, oh, I haven't even gone to, a quarter of the map. And I'm like, well, I seem like I've got... And look at how much I haven't even tapped. There's so many resources. So I don't know what people are doing that they're using all this stuff. I appreciate people who want to mega build, want to do that, but I'm just saying, like, I just want to get to the end and do it in a reasonable way. Like, I build big projects, but nothing where it's like, I need everything. Uh-oh, these are all stalled. What's the issue? Oh, is it because I never reconnected the polymer resin? That might be the case. I might not have done that. No. Huh, that's a bit of an issue then. There's a problem here. Oh, I think I know what it is. We make too much fuel, because these are all on. Yeah, we actually just make too much. That's cool. That's a fine problem to have. Well, that's what these are for. So we need to put in 2 into every machine. I think half of them have them. They all have them. This is just these ones. Oh my god, these have them too. Oh, they all have it. Okay. Well, that's it then. I'm surprised we're backing up that much. Because we shouldn't be. The plan is to add in all these extra generators, but they're to be fed by heavy oil and some of the extra fuel that we make. But that's not going to happen until we get the plastic rolling, so that's going to happen in a different place. Alright, so while we're here, let's just check what we got. Super state computer. So supercomputers, but this time they require electromagnetic control rods. Yikes. Batteries, wire, and computers. We have instant scrap from a blender, or we have a crystal beacon. Again, another supercomputer recipe for our supercomputer factory. Scrap that makes almost as much water as you put in. By using coal and bauxite. Coal and bauxite to get scrap directly without any... Although you need sulfur. I'll just get that one. It's kind of interesting. It's just different. Alright, we've got our last hard drive is in. So 10 minutes on the clock. And now we can just spend a bit of time beautifying this place. Or doing some ideas. I just want to go downstairs, drop some of this stuff in storage. And then we can start working out how things are going to look. Anyway, have to jet. Need to take care of some errands. Love the stream and look forward to the next one. Thanks very much, Etheric Bard. And thanks so much for all the support. I'm back and I'm green. Yeah, you were gifted a sub. Without alternate recipes, oil can get a little tighter. Okay. I believe you. I mean, so many people seem to say that, right? So, is everyone else wrong? Probably not. Alright, just gonna put away my ammo, nobelisks, that kind of stuff. Exploration related things. Let's craft the rest of these slugs, or maybe just throw them into a machine. Feels something about it, doing it in a machine feels worse than just hand making them. In terms of, like, cruelty. Wait for those to get done. Alright, what's good? I'm green like my watermelon picture. What's goody? I don't know what you mean by what's goody, but yeah, you got gifted it. Hey Jackson, what did you think of BattleBit? Do you like it? Seems to be maintaining its player base, which is my biggest surprise. I thought like people would come around to my line of thinking, which is, yeah, that was fun, but like not really. But no, people seem to be sticking with it. An empty fluid tank. Huh. I've never seen that before. An empty fluid tank used for packaging gases. Interesting. Hey, Kevin. Alright, and the last one was just the yellow one. Not very efficient doing it when you're just throwing one in there, but let's be reading my chat for a minute. Haven't played it yet. Wanted your opinion, as you like Battlefield so much. Well, to be a bit more positive on the game, it's obviously super cheap. There's tons of people playing it, so it is a fun team game, and the shooting feels really good. It was mostly the audio that I had a problem with. But other than that, yeah, pretty good. I'd still like say it's pretty good. The reason I refunded it is because I just felt like I don't really have the time for a new game anyway. But yeah, it's like it'll hold you if you've got an itch for Battlefield and if you don't mind dropping $15. Like it'll hold you over for a while, I think. Especially if you've got someone to squad up with. Right, need to grab some plastic. Gonna start trying to make this place look a bit nicer. I'm not too sure what the plan is. We need to put in some lights. I thought coated concrete walkways would be good, but I've also had another idea recently. Let's see, do I have any of the... I don't have any pattern stuff with me, but I just want to check the patterns for a second. To make the walkways kind of interesting, like... I thought maybe you can have metal here and then metal here, like half... Or, sorry, coated concrete in the center and then metal edges if you use the half foundation. So we can maybe try that, just to shake it up a bit. These would have to be half foundations. Yeah, so let me just go grab the plastic and then we can get started. Plastic and steel. I don't know who gifted you. I can't remember because 3 people... I could maybe find it actually. Well, Jerry Kirchhoff gifted to Jackson. Yeah, I don't know. Because it was gifted in bulk. I can't remember. Do you ever plan to stream Skylines 2? I've been thinking about it, but not at the moment. Yeah. I don't know. I might. I think it would be good. I think it's the right thing to do, but I'm trying to work out, like, how can I make it a fun stream? Because, I don't know. I feel like it'd be like 100 people shouting at me what to do. But maybe some of the more aesthetic stuff, the beauty building, that could be fun. Just to slow down and just zoom in on an area and try to make it look nice. Hey, Ava. That could maybe work. Alright, how are we for... Yeah, and I could just drop in... That little mini box was here as well. Just drop this in. Don't need that. Alright, so... Any more steel? Yeah, steel... Wish there was an auto sort button that sorted between you and the thing. Very last thing then would be iron plates if I have any. Or concrete actually. I seem to be really low on that. You get concrete off of the wall? Jeez, I didn't even know that. 3,000 in here. There we go. Alright. Ryan Williams gifted it. Nice. Thank you, Ryan. There you go. Maybe do your Anno beauty builds in a stream. Oh yeah, maybe actually. That's a good idea because my Anno the best stream I ever did was the Anno stream. It was like really, really good in terms of views and stuff. Your message was deleted by Stream Elements. You're back for like a minute, Ava, and you're immediately banned. Darren, your cars are driving backwards. Is what he said. Yeah, writing in all caps I think gets you timed out. Or not timed out. I think your message just gets deleted. Hopefully you can still type. I'm playing COD while watching the stream. That's tough. I feel like audio is quite important, at least to me in these types of games. Alright, so materials. Coated concrete. We'll do coated all down the center. And this can go, because this is now going to be a half foundation. I'm just seeing what this would look like. The idea would be that we grab foundations, half foundation, coated concrete. Yep. It's okay. Thanks, YouTube. It's not YouTube's fault. It's, I guess, Stream Elements. And it might be my bad for using them. I could use Stream Labs. That would be pretty familiar, but I didn't really want to use them after their controversies. Alright, so we have that going up and down both ways. Now I put another half on the other side, but it'll be metal, and that way it'll hopefully kind of look like it's encased in metal a bit. Because I want the build to feel like it's got a lot of metal going on. Because it's supposed to be Big Shell. Big Shell, there was no... I think you're just walking on metal constantly. The whole thing was metal. Alright, so... Again, do a half foundation. We'll try it with the grip metal foundation. It's annoying because you think it'd be the same, but it's not. If it's rotated around this side, it comes in more than it otherwise would. You should try Construction Simulator. You would like it, I guess. I don't think I've ever seen it. I was tempted to play that game House Flipper. That looks kind of cool. I think there's a new one coming out soon. And then there'd be lights above the hallway. Now, I was thinking as well, you could put patterns on this. I don't know. We could color it as well, differently. Ooh, I think what might look cool is the other type of foundation, actually. Because it looks like it has grates in the sides. So it's like, oh, the edges are like kind of like vents or whatever. That might look better. And I think you can paint these pretty much black. Shame it comes out on the sides, because I wish it was just along the edge there. That'd be kind of nice. I think black is a bit too much. Maybe sort of a silvery blue. Oh, autosave. Alright, that's a fun game. House Flipper, played it a lot. Yeah, it's rated really highly. Sorry. Do they employ an army of 12-year-olds in Bangladesh sweatshop? I'm sure they do. Rule of thumb for alt recipes, the more oh, I read that already. Flipper is a good game too. Yeah, I just noticed it came up on sale recently, and then I saw something about a new one is coming, and then the first one had like really good reviews, and I was like, oh. I kind of like and just looking at Steam screenshots, it's like, yeah, I like the idea of that. Just going in and renovating a house, something OCD about that, you know? Oh, I don't know. What do you think about this? Should just be gray the way it was. Light blue is okay. Let's just leave it for a moment. We'll feel it out. I feel like when the roof is on top and the walls are in, then we can really figure out if it looks good or not. The idea would be that this is its own self-contained room. This would be one of the walkways that leads in. So you'd have to have a door in the middle here. Now all of these need ramps. That was the idea. So you just come in and go down like that. But then as you get to about here, there's probably going to be stairs that lead up to let you walk over, look through the area. Do we have what we need for a lot of these? We do, actually. Let's try that. Now, yeah, we want to keep it at high ground level, I think. So, in order to do that, I guess we'll just grab a wall. Start us off simple. Put a foundation down. Actually, I think there's enough room to do this just fine. That might be a bit close. Yeah, that's really close. Alright, smooth this out a bit. Alright, using a half foundation going across here, we can just grab our stairs and basically then just have that pushed in a little further and create a walkway. We've done it in the past, basically just like this. Just get rid of that. That's just to hold in place. Alright, now we've got a straight line going forward. And we could just use these walkways. We could use glass. I don't think we need glass though. There's nothing underneath, so it wouldn't really make any sense. Just grab this. We'll grab T and just bring it all the way down. That being said, like, the signs, I guess it's still visible here. Just don't even know if it needs a walkway. Because I was thinking we could try, it could just be minimalist. Minimalist gang. For instance, you could just do this. You create a walkway straight through it. You could have a pattern on that or something. Or change this out and have that in the center, so that way the walkway's here, the pattern goes down the middle, so you can actually just follow along and see the machines at your correct height. But then you're seeing, like, yeah, fuel. Yeah, maybe that's better. What if you did a 1 meter foundation from the stairs to the door? Oh, like the ramp one? I don't really like those just because I don't know how to do the edges of them, you know? The ramp would just stick out, whereas at least the stairs don't. You know what I mean? So like a ramp would be like this. I just feel like you have those weird side bits then. So you have to either go the whole way across or make some other choice. Otherwise it's just like, I'd rather just be like, okay, well you can see the railing. Might just be me, I mean it's, you know. So something I need to do actually really quickly is then, I was going to change out the floors here. This won't actually take that long. We need to go across by 4. Machines stay in place. And fall down. And then we've got blueprints that'll have double floors so that we can change how they look on the top than on the bottom. Right, so let's have a look if this will work. Blueprints, cosmetics, double floor. Top layer is concrete and the bottom layer is metal. Yep. I actually wanted the top layer to be asphalt, but that's good enough. Oh my god. Alright, once one is down, it should be okay to put the others down, although I don't know, the blueprints might conflict. Yeah, they're conflicting with the blueprint of the thing. That sucks. Oh, actually, they fit there. That's good. Oh my god, it's so finicky. Can I not look at that and just aim forward? No? Doesn't seem like it. Well, what we can do now is go to materials. We can change this to asphalt. just get rid of that bit because obviously it generated itself twice. That's the 2 meter. We want the 1 meter. Yeah. Alright, cool. So just keep making it asphalt. This will darken the whole room. Allow us to walk around it and put patterns down that will look a bit more striking. And then underneath we'll have a metal roof, which will look better. Alright, so let's just check that out. Yeah, so I just prefer that. I think it looks cooler. Alright, nice. Let me have a quick read of the chat there. I got a little distracted. Sorry. Stairs could also be an internal in the middle of the section. Then you walk out on a platform, sidewalk, catwalks. Yeah, I feel like I'm going to have a raised area that you can have with stairs. So I haven't decided yet. I'm going to do this flooring first. Then I guess I'll decide where these stairs will go. In other builds, I just have them raised up there. We walk down the middle. You can kind of turn down different alleys or whatever. This one, I don't know. Maybe I'll make it different. I mean, you already sink down here. Maybe just stay down here. Why not? And then maybe there'll be like a stairs that leads up and around if you wanted to get around. And then if you want to be up at the top, they actually... Oh, these ones don't connect to each other because they're not... They're literally not touching each other. If you line these up next to each other, you can just like walk straight across the entire rooftop. So I don't know. I'd like to put some more in just to make it look more industrial and give it some like roof access or something. So we'll get to all that. I'll try to just speed up now a little bit. So... Got the general idea. I'll read that chat. I've seen a bunch of chat, by the way. I just want to get going here. So let's just hold this down all the way down here. It might be easier to do from down below, actually, thinking about it. That's a 1 meter, 1 meter, 1 meter. I'm a bit confused. Hang on. Let's get rid of that. Copy. Bring that over. There we go. All right. So... What if you did a 1 meter? Oh, I read that already. Those are just corner pieces for that. Imagine if the game had gravitational physics. So just physics. The pipe hole in the bottom, you cannot see it, do you? If you put the double floor. No, you can. So basically, yeah, if I put the double floor in first, and then I put a pipe hole in it, it won't work. That's why I do it first with the regular. Because it only detects one layer down, right? So it's like, oh yeah, stop here. That's why I don't put the double floor in first. I have to put it in afterwards. Because cosmetically it looks better, but logically it won't work. It'll stop the floor hole. So I need a 2 meter one. So yeah, you're correct there. I downloaded your Satisfactory episode when I flew to a new... Oh, nice. NC? What's NC? New something. NC. Trying to think of states. Their different names. But yeah, that's why we have to do the rooms first. Like, all their logic needs to be done first, and then you can go around and do cosmetics. Which takes a little longer, I guess, but it allows us to do things like the double floor thing. Just don't want to erase anything by accident, so I'm just being a bit careful. North Carolina. Damn, yeah, I wouldn't have got that one. I kept thinking like New York City. I'm like, do they drop the Y? When am I taking my driving test? Don't know. It hasn't been booked in yet. The earliest booking would be for December, but my instructor seems to think I could maybe, if I get lucky, you know, get one in like September. My theory test is in August. August 2nd. I am not confident of passing my theory. I actually am kind of confident about passing the test. Maybe it'll be the wrong way around, but we'll see. I think I'm a fine driver. I just think I have a terrible memory, so I just do not remember. Like, it's not even funny. Like, it's a serious... I tell people it's a serious thing. I do not have a good memory. And everyone's like, you'll be fine, theory's easy. I'm like, guys, you don't understand. My memory is really, really, really bad. I practically write, you've seen it on streams where I'm just like, oh, I'm going to go out here and do this. And I get halfway there, I'm like, what am I even doing? I just have a terrible memory. So I have to write constantly. I've got notepads all over my desk, loads of stuff. I just write everything down so I keep track of it. Really bad memory. And because of that, I feel like I'll really struggle with the actual theory test because I don't remember anything to do with signs and that kind of thing. In the moment, if I think about it practically, I can do it a bit better, but I can't memorize things. So that's why I'm trying to get as much experience on the road first, that it'll just come naturally to me. It's like, well, yeah, as long as I understand how things work, I don't need to remember it. I'll know it. There's a big difference in remembering things and knowing things. And one of the things I was struggling the most with parking, as I mentioned earlier, was if I'm told, hey, park in that spot, I can pretty much do it, pretty much fine. Even like reverse parallel parks, fine. But if the guy's giving me the lessons, he's like, well, you know, you're supposed to remember like you should line this up with the middle of your door, and then reverse at this point, aim the car to like 2 o'clock, and then do a full lock, and then you'll smoothly go in. And I'm like, you tell me all that, and I don't remember any of that, because then that conflicts with something else he tells me. He's like, oh, for a forward park, you put your you line the space behind the space you're aiming towards. Let's say you're aiming at this space. He's like, okay, your shoulder has to line up with halfway before, and then you full lock. So that is that one, actually. I think I do have that memorized. So it's like, okay, let's say you want to go into this space. You're doing a forward park. Yeah? So you're on the far side of the road. You're going forward like this. And then when my shoulder lines up with that bit right there, shoulders lined up, let's say, then we lock the wheel fully to the left, and then we go bump, and then we should be in pretty much straight, like, basically. There's things like that. That one's easy enough to remember because it's just a forward park, but I have such a bad memory with that, because it's like, okay, there's other ones where it's like you lined up the door, some you line up your shoulder, some you turn to 45-degree angle. It's like, oh my god. How about I just wing it, and I go with gut instinct, because I'll get it most of the time. But now I'm trying to learn the way he's trying to teach me, so. Memento is based on my life. That's actually the one Christopher Nolan film I've never seen, because I had the ending spoiled, so I've just never seen it. But yeah, man, I'll need to like tattoo my entire body with everything. Dude, I should do that in the test. Just tattoo. Oh my god, that'd be amazing, actually. Just tattoo the those different things I'm struggling with. How easy would that be? I wonder if down here. Hey, you okay? I'm streaming. Yeah. Rosie just came in. I'm telling people about... Well, when I'm recording, I do pretend I talk to someone. Oh, okay. Rosie was worried that I was talking to myself because I'm lonely, basically. I was telling her I'm streaming. Anyway. Girls just don't understand, am I right? This one should blueprint in. Come on. Oh, no, it doesn't, because the other blueprints are in the way. It's such a... Oh, wait. Actually, it does. Yes! That one doesn't seem to want to behave. Is this right? Is there a gap? Oh, there's no gap. Alright, good. Not there. There. Nice. Anyway, sorry. Are you getting a full license? No, just automatic. Like I'm only learning it in automatic, so super easy. In terms of the actual driving, I don't have to worry about clutches and stuff like that. That's how it works for everyone. Trying to remember those things don't work. Driving and parking become natural after a while, and you just do it automatically. Yeah, that's the issue though. It's like, you know, I'm paying like £85 for 2 hours of lessons, every single lesson. So £85 every time. So it's like I need more time and experience in the car, but it costs me a lot of money to do that. So I have to memorize it, because I won't have that much time to build up the muscle memory. If I'm trying to aim for like September, you know, how many lessons can I really fit in between that now and then? You know, maybe 20 more, or something like that. So you need a bit of both, but that's why we do have our own car, and I'm trying to use that as well. We went out into a car park just the other night, and I had to play around, and just that helps me build up that muscle memory, like you said. So now I do remember the forward park, because I just did it the other night over and over again. And I kind of tell myself in my head, he says like I'm testing in his car, right? So it's good to know the space and dimensions of his car. So one of the things is like this is just easier to do it this way, actually thinking about it really, instead of trying to line up blueprints, is it's line up your shoulder with halfway in the spot beforehand and do a forward park, right? Simple as. And I just remember as I'm putting my shoulder into it. I'm going forward, just the way you put your shoulder into something, you're going forward. Forward park, put your shoulder into it. That's how I remember I'm lining up my shoulder with the spot before. Easy. At least it's easy for me now, so I should be able to remember that just fine. A reverse park is like, I think I've already forgotten. I think it's halfway on the door, and you get into the bay 3 spots behind the one you start with. Or like if I'm starting here. Yeah, I actually can't really remember. I'll have to ask Rosie again or something, but it's like the door of the car, let's say it's there, has to be lined up, I think, with this line. Let's say this is one spot, that's another, that's another. So if this is the line of the first spot, the halfway of the door has to line. I don't know why that's different than your shoulder. We're talking inches, but I guess it does matter. So the halfway of the door has to line up there, and then we go. Well, yeah, I think you just full lock and go straight back, and by the time you get back, you're in the 3rd spot, basically, whatever way it works. So yeah, anyway, it's all good fun. I just really look forward to it. I look forward to just being able to go somewhere whenever I want, because it sucks not being able to do that. I'm jealous of Rosie's able to drive, but she doesn't really drive that much, I feel like. I'd be out there every day. I wake up and I'm like, get me out of this place. Sick of it. Don't leave the apartment for like 5 days on end sometimes. It's like, dude, I need to get out. Alright, so let's turn this all to asphalt. Those things vary from car to car. Yeah, I need to know them just based on his car, because I'll be doing the test in his car, which is why my car isn't very... It's a little bit smaller than his car, so not that much. So it still kind of works. But I can account for that. It's okay. All right, looking good. A little bit to go. Yeah, using the blueprints is actually fairly slow because I have to change the material. I haven't blueprinted the material into it. Hoffman, hey, thanks so much. Member for 4 months, and he says, loving your Satisfactory builds, Darren. Thank you. Thanks, Hoffman. Alright, so these are 2-meter ones, weren't they? Yeah, they have to go, actually. Alright, so just copy this out. Thanks, Hoffman. It's starting to look a little bit better already. Just with the asphalt makes a difference, and then we have a nicer walkway here. So these ones are a bit complicated because there's actually 2 in a row. It's to hide the fact that I've done that. And they're 2 meters. Yeah, I guess we can still just delete them. I'll do that on my own because that one's just really annoying. I could be playing around with that for a bit. Let's just finish the room and put the roof on it or something. Just go straight out with this. We have very nice public transport here. Still not going out much. Yeah, there's I live near a bus, to be honest, to be fair. So I guess it's not like I have no way of getting out. But I'm at the behest of lining up the time with that bus and stuff. And that's certainly a thing. It doesn't come very often. Or it's like 1 every hour or something, you know? So it's like, oh, I gotta be there at the exact time, that hour. Can't just go whenever I feel like it. Can't just impulse go out and get breakfast or something, or just go for a drive. And Yeah, just having a little experience now, just even driving in the learning car, it's like, oh man, this would be so cool if I could just do this whenever. So I'm excited for it. I'm really enjoying it. It's great fun. It's super, I mean, in an automatic, it's just so easy. You know, I don't have to really think about anything. When I play driving games, I mentioned this before, but when I play driving games, I play manual. But just for the sake of learning, I thought it'd be just very easy just to get automatic. And we have an automatic car already, so no big deal. And it has actually, it's a semi-automatic, so you can just use little paddle shifts if you wanted to play around with that. So I might just do that anyway. And it really would be like playing a game. I'm going to play some COD. I thought you said you were playing COD at the same time. Get your story straight, Swifty. Alright. Some of these are half foundations, which is the annoying thing, the way they have to cover up that area. Which is why I'll probably leave some of that as well for the future. Some of those small bits, because otherwise they jut out the wall. I can fix that if we see it. Alright, let's just leave it like that. Okay, so pretend like this is... Actually, I'll just color it asphalt for now, but I know that I have to go over that, I suppose. Weird, even that bit looks like it's coming through. I think it's because I've done it twice. Anyway, yeah, it doesn't really matter. I'll get to it later, but just like to clear it up now so at least we get the idea of what it's going to look like. Alright, so the exit foundation, go back in there. Alright, bear with me one second. Have you seen the space elevator or the molten world in the sky? It's quite eerie. I would actually argue I was the first person to notice there was stuff on those planets, so yes. But I disagree that it is a space elevator. That's just what some people think it is, but I don't think so. It moves very fast during the evening, which is why it's hard to keep an eye on. But there's a thing there. They actually, and it's beeping. They actually kind of, I mean, maybe they are space elevators, but they look more like, almost like the little hard drive crash sites to me. There's another one there. Super hard to see. But the reason I say I think I'd be the first person is because as soon as the update came out, in my first video, within the first minute, I noticed it. And I zoomed in, and I was like, what the hell is that? And then it wasn't until much later I saw on Satisfactory Reddit. Yeah, it looks like a hard drive crash site. That's what it looks like. It does not look like a space elevator. You'd see it jutting out if it went any higher. Yeah, to me it looks like they've shrunken that model down. Might mean like it's something else, but that's what they've done. For fun. Is there anything on the small one? No. But yeah, anyway, it wasn't until much later on the Satisfactory Reddit that someone was like, what the hell is that? They got like massively upvoted. What do I think it is? To be a bit boring, I think it's a hard drive crash site. Hey, Robert, thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate that. 100 knock. I don't know what knock is, but I'm going to pretend like that's like a $5,000. So thank you. Appreciate it a lot. Thank you, Robert. I realized my music went off. Thank you, Robert. Appreciate that. Oh, there it is. It actually comes up in dollars on the thing. That's interesting. Thanks. $5,000. All right, so now we got to decide how we put walls on this thing. And do we put where we put windows in and things like that. So I was thinking the first wall would just be like the metal wall going around the edges, maybe colored orange. It's pretty simple, and then every now and then we just have doors to break it up. Just go as far as there for now. This could be another entry. That could be another entry. And that's where it gets a bit complicated because of this one little bit that comes out. I wish there was a half wall. There isn't. You could just blend them into each other and then you wouldn't notice it. Maybe. Then in here do the same. Maybe make it look like a pillar, actually. That could be kind of cool. Thinking about it. As part of like the hallway structure. That way the walls would just stay the way they should. I wish it's Norwegian kroner. Oh, nice. Cool. Norwegian crowns. Well, I'm a little embarrassed to admit I didn't know that even existed, to be quite honest. I don't know why. I just thought it was euro. Oh my god, my frame rate, dude. I feel like these are like a terrible idea to add these because they just seem to tank your FPS. Especially when you're painting them. When you paint them, it's great. What's happening is it's if I aim over the ones that are already in place, that's what's doing it, I think. But it gives you a nice smooth wall. That's why I like it. Now I'll probably put windows in. I just like to put the walls in first. I've got a bug that you'll notice, which it doesn't color the doors, but we can fix that in a second. Alright. Could it be that all players are secretly unknown to them on the same server, and there'll be a big surprise in one of the updates that they connect you all so you can visit each other? Almost certainly not. But that wouldn't even make any sense. We're all somehow connected. It'd be cool to somehow achieve that, but... What? Are we all on different planets, or are we all on the same planet? We're all seeing the same orbits, so we must be in the same planet, and we all happen to be in copy-paste areas that all look the same. I wrongly thought Euro, but they still use the Polish zloty. Yeah, I only know that because I went to Poland not that long ago. Well, maybe 4 or 5 years ago now. But I actually know that, surprisingly enough. Thank you, Kevin, by the way. How spoiled am I going to be by watching this stream before finishing the playlist? I'm just in one specific area, so probably not that much. Yeah, without me showing you the other things, I won't be going on a tour or anything in this stream. In fact, I'll be actually wrapping up pretty soon, probably in the next 5 minutes or so. The idea was just that I would like to build at least one wall here. Let's just switch this to be metal, and if we switch it back, it should be orange. There we go. All right, autosave time. The toilet becomes a portal to other worlds in the hub. That'll be cool. Gonna go eat a Hot Pocket. Have a good day. See you later. Enjoy Call of Duty in your Hot Pocket. Don't burn yourself. And enjoy North Carolina. It's a good memory exercise for me to try and remember what people say. How are you doing, Chris? I didn't really ask. Are you good? Are you back from your journeys? Your escapades at sea? A woman in every port, they say. I don't know if the rumors are true. Alright. So then on top of this, we'd go again with just the paneling, and that would break it up a bit. The idea is to have some hex windows in as well, every now and then. Yeah, we gotta go up pretty high, actually. Really high, in fact. I should really just blueprint this, thinking about it. But I guess I'll do one wall, and that way then I'll know the design, and I can copy it, put it in a blueprinter. Not copy it, just recreate it in a blueprint designer, and then just put down 2 panels at a time or something every few seconds. That'll be the way to do it. No, I'll put glass in. I'm just, like I said, feeling out the... First of all, just do the... I don't put the glass in until I do this first. Then I'll gauge the spacing. So I'm like, okay, what's the space between here? There's 3. So it'd be good for like a single panel, like all through there. We could do hex windows, or we could do full windows. I feel like hex ones might look good. Maybe I should just fly for this. You are streaming. I thought you were faking it. Only one of us is fakes it in this relationship. Rosie says, "Hi chat, all good man. Thanks. Very nostalgic having you on stream again. Yeah, back. So that's crazy that I've been doing it that long. It can be nostalgic. So it'll be around more often maybe. Nice, cool. Yeah, no pressure. Like I was saying, I might do City Skylines. They could be fun streams as well for people who maybe aren't into Satisfactory. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That's where we want to go. Alright. Frame rate killing wall. Almost in place. And then yeah, we'll put the windows in, see where they look good. Definitely have to blueprint this because it is so laggy. Whereas I did these walls all before with blueprints and it was fine. It just seems to be something to do with looking at these ones. I know, for instance, if I look at these, my frame rate goes really bad. Not like this, but if I change to my paint tool, it's really bad. So obviously just something going on there. And what could be cool is leaving the bottom black, maybe? Or having some black strips go along the 1 meter bit. That could look nice. Just do these first, just go in a line. Something oddly satisfying though about it. Crossover series with Rosie in Satisfactory. I don't think she'd be into this game. She's a normie. She's a casual, filthy, casual normie. Gamer girl. She's playing Hogwarts Legacy at the moment. And as I mentioned earlier, I was telling people, yeah, for those who don't know, Rosie is a community manager for Tiny Build, and I was just telling people earlier that she's been playing Black Skylands recently, and she's also the manager for Potioncraft. Guess you'll be sleeping on the sofa tonight. Nah, Rosie's cool. Alright, nice. So, let's try a couple things. Windows would be good. I think leave the metal paneling along here. So we just have windows that look up. So let's just see what that would look like real quick. We'd just be looking at a big-ass machine. But it might break things up with light and stuff. So, walls... X-frame window. What do I need for it? I need silica. We've got some silica downstairs. I will play any game with you for a stream. Yeah, she's a clout chaser. Massive clout chaser. Potioncraft is fun? It is, yeah. I only played a little bit of it, but I actually really liked it. It's just one of those games where it's like, oh man, that would take a lot of my time. But I think it'd be a really good handheld game. It was on Steam Deck and I was playing it there a bit. And it's coming to Switch, I think. Can you zipline on the cables of electricity? Yes, you can. You can do it even if they're not powered. So you can just zipline along the cables if you want to. The cables are temporary at the moment. They'll be running along the roof. And in update 8, the ones that run along the roof, when you hit their gaps, you don't feel them, if you know what I mean. So normally, at the moment, you'll hit a gap and you'll fall. Like, you'll hit the power node. But in update 8, you just glide over the power nodes. So that's really nice. So you'll be able to glide even for, like, better. So that's what we get. Over the door might actually look good. Maybe. And then also you can put in some metal bars and things to make it look cooler. So painted beams that run along the bottom. As like the trim, as I often call it. Okay, let's try, what else could we do? I don't think I'll probably do this. I was just curious what it looked like. Could have them go a lot taller, I guess, those windows. They do seem short. And remember, this will be a hallway with like lights and stuff going along the roof, so that'll also break it up just a smidge. Just wondering, should I use any tilted walls or anything like that? No, I think that'd be weird. Just checking in to ask when the stream will end. You're still here. Because you said you're going to play COD, have your hot pocket, go to North Carolina. Probably in about 10 minutes. Maybe just under that. That'll be the same for the power towers. Greatly. Yeah. Look forward to that. Just being able to glide through them. That looks super fun. People get excited about getting to drive anywhere, anytime. The thing about finally getting your license is you realize there just aren't that many places to go. That's super deep. Well, it's not that I'm... it's not that. It's... I live in an estate, a big estate, where there's nothing here. There's no shops. There's just nothing. Nothing around. And it's not like I've got loads of places to be. But it'd just be nice to drive to... I live in between the towns Horsham and Crawley. Just be nice to drive over to Horsham. Get some breakfast. Every now and then I'll be like 11 a.m. and I'm like, oh, it'd just be nice to get out for a bit. Just go somewhere. But yeah, I understand. I'm sure if you've had it available to you for many years, then it does obviously, most people just get sick of it. But for me, it's a complete novelty and it's totally new. So it's like, yeah, it's exciting. It's get to do different things. Yeah, I have builds where I use a lot of these. I just feel like for this build, because it's like a big metal infrastructure place, it's modeled off of Metal Gear Solid 2. Like, if we were to look at the interiors of Metal Gear Solid 2's Big Shell, we could kind of maybe get a better idea of what we should aim for. Metal Gear Solid 2 Big Shell. I'll show it on screen. I suppose most of these screenshots are going to be outside. This is one that's inside. Railing everywhere, metal flooring everywhere. That's something I remember big time as well. Just metal paneled walls everywhere you go. Those lights are cool. We could do those. Update 8 will look really nice with those. There's a few places where he's not walking on railing. There, yeah, something like this. Let's see. Let's just watch it on YouTube for a second. Oh my god. What a blast from the past.
First of all, I must eliminate the sentries downstairs.
14 years ago? He's also using an AI voice to describe what he's doing. That's weird. just a lot of metal. This is what I was talking about, the patterns on the ground. It'd be nice to do like little patterns and stuff. Yeah, I like the hex better. And I think I'll make the window taller. And I don't know if I'll put the frames on the side. That was just an idea. Let's go taller. This roof is going to go up even higher, thinking about it. So what's that? That is 8. So yeah, it needs another layer on top. A layer of paneling. Is that the man, the myth, the legend in the top right of the... Was it on my YouTube recommendations? That's my What Darn Plays account. It is the worst. For YouTube recommendations, it's insane. It just doesn't have... Everything's just weird. It's either like insanely divisive political videos or like something with a hot girl in the thumbnail. And honestly, on this channel, I have my own... you know, YouTube account where I watch things and I subscribe to things. This is like a blank account that just recommends like just controversial stuff, basically. Let's see if I can find what you're talking about. Oh, Dr. Disrespect, was it? I do watch Dr. D. Yeah, if that's what it was. This could be different than it was before. But yeah, you can see what I watch. Minecraft music, like music, my own videos. Metal Gear music. But yeah. The 2-time. Back to back. Whoa. Falling. It's kind of toyish. I like it. Thinking like, could we add like either a white or a black line going across here? Would look kind of cool. And break it up a bit. That's the nice thing with using a 1 meter wall. You can have a finer control of, I guess, how things look. What you paint. And then we'll have signs on these above the doors and stuff that say what's in this place. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sit there. Actually, kind of difficult to do because my frame rate's just so bad when I'm trying to paint. People say I'm the Bob Ross of Satisfactory, and here I am literally painting in the game. Alright, we're getting somewhere with this. Let's get rid of that, and let's do the same for the windows to here. Remember, the style that we choose for this is going to be the style that I'll use in every one. So that's kind of why I'm trying to take my time with it, figure out like how it's going to look. Then we'll blueprint it and use it in every different place. Let's get some distance. Not that we'd ever be this far away from it anyway, but that's kind of what we're dealing with. Be walking down like this. Okay, it's just it's super flat, you know? I guess there'll be signs on it as well. It'd be tempting to do something crazy, like you throw in a pipe every now and then or something, you know? Maybe actually in some of the wall indents. I mean, you're really getting crazy if you're doing that kind of thing, I think, but... could make a place look more interesting. to have like a series of these every now and then. That could be kind of cool actually, and break it up a bit. Maybe even some railing that comes out every now and then from inside. Obviously, on the other side, it wouldn't look like anything. I mean, you could just duplicate it over if you wanted to make it look like it's doing something. So no matter where you are, it looks like it's going somewhere. But if you look behind the scenes, you know that it doesn't make any sense. Something like that. I like the black trim. That's kind of good. And then there'll be a sign here and probably a sign on the side or something that tells you where you're going into. Yeah, I'm happy enough with that. I like the white accent. Looks good. It's gonna have to go up even higher though, potentially. I suppose I could put the roof in, you would never know. But the chimneys are right on the edge. Yeah, it still has to come up another layer, just a tiny bit. Yeah, we're looking at another 4 meters at least. You could have another one of these. This is where then it would be like offset. The spacing wouldn't be quite right if I did that now. Let's make another layer like this, I guess. Stay above this. Alright, just trying to get this one bit done. So another 4 on top is what I'm going to aim for. I'm not going to make the windows hexes. Too insane. I'm just out of some material. What was I missing? Iron plates. I'm actually really low. I might not have that here. I think that might be it. That might have to be where we end our stream anyway, because it seems like I'm out of iron plates. I have to run downstairs. Like all the way down to the bottom of the map. But yeah, we can just have a quick look over that. So this was a really chill stream. Basically just went out, got some hard drives. Did I ever look at the last hard drive actually? I don't think I did. Hey, there we go. Who could forget that? Copper mixed with iron gives you copper ingots in greater volume. Yeah. Let's do that. 10 copper, 5 iron gives you 20 copper ingots, so you can mix it up with iron a bit. That's nice. That's a good one. No more. But yeah, pretty good. We actually found quite a few. What was it, like 6 or 7, I feel like? Maybe 5 or 6. But yeah, it's taking shape. I like it. Taking shape. And we'll have another window on that side as well down there. This could actually stay black. Doesn't look half bad. Or we could do what I've done over there, which is you color it like a dark orange. I don't even think it's that color, but just as a test. You just have this thin line where the roof will sit just over that. And then you have like a darker, it has to be even darker than that. I can't remember what, I don't know if I saved it. Oh man, that's a terrible error of mine if I did not save it, because I really would want it to be the same as that. Although we're inside, you won't necessarily be able to compare it. It would be something like this. Put it right in the line there. It's even too dark, sorry. Brighten that up a bit. Yeah, something like that. Little black trim on the very top, which mirrors the black we have on the bottom, yeah? Yeah, you see? It's starting to make sense. And then that's extra headroom for the lights that'll be hanging in over. So the lights won't hang in over the windows. They have extra space when they come in over this. So, you know, whatever roof's probably going to be metal actually. Need to go even higher with the roof. That's where I want my roof. And usually what can actually look quite good with a roof is if you use the actual roof thing, 1 meter, the flat one, yeah, and you put it underneath. That can look really good. It can be a little clippy though. Sometimes you can clip a bit. Oh, I don't have any iron plates, but the reason it looks good is just because it has this like built-in, you know, what's the word, like material, you know what I mean? It looks like there's stuff going on it. Detail, it's just got built-in extra detail. It looks quite nice. So to pave that all the way down could look kind of cool. And then we'll have lights hanging off of that. Yeah, and then I'll do things with like different pipes hanging off the place. Some rails every now and then. I feel like the railing one would be a bit tricky, but every now and then you could have like a literal door come out up higher. Just to break it up a bit. You just need to break up a flat wall with different things. That could look quite cool. How old am I? Asking me or Darren? I'm 30. I turned 31 in September. Any idea how many hard drives in the game? If you go to the satisfactorycalculator.com or Google Satisfactory Calculator, it tells you there. And you can actually load your save in and see where they are and how much they cost. I don't do that though. But loads of people do. I mean, you should totally do that if you don't mind. Unless you want to go out searching for them the way I do. I try to use what you do in game, which is build a radar tower. This tells me that there's one hard drive in this radius somewhere. Excuse me, I've gotten all the other ones. Or almost all the others. The Pink Forest has some really high tier ones that I can't get yet. They require materials I don't have. 2 down there. There's actually one here, still Red Jungle. Rocky Desert, there's none. Yeah, getting through them a bit. Down Grassy Fields are all gone as well. Blue Craters, got them all. So yeah, still quite a few to go. Alright, I think I'm going to have to leave it there. So at least you kind of see the idea forming. I think it looks decent. It breaks up the walls, certainly. And then it's all about how we make the place look when we go inside. We come down. These poles will be gone. The wires will attach to the roof, so you don't see the wires too much. And we're able to walk around. Maybe we can have some storage boxes, crafting benches, just things, again, to break the place up. And maybe using the half material, the half foundation again, sunk it into the ground just as another border between us and the walls. Could break it up as well. Pretty happy with that. Alright, let's just go jump off the build. I always love doing that at the end. In fact, if we climb up there, we could do a big jump. My birthday is on September 15th. Mine is September 16th. I'll be 31. I'll be definitely old. If you want to hunt for slugs at any point, there are a ton in the Blue Crater area, as your radio tower informs you. Yeah, I got a few of them already, but yeah, you're right. They just keep coming back as well, every now and then. I don't think they're supposed to. Even without a game update, it seems like it just happens. Alright, cool. Let's go dive off this place. Thanks for the great stream. Absolutely no problemo. It was a pleasure. And thank you. I forgot, but there was an insane amount of support on this one, so I really do appreciate it. More super chats and memberships than ever, so thank you. And then, yeah, in the next video, we're going to be building in there, which is doing plastic refinement, which actually, I can't remember how many, but there's something like 90 refineries required, so it's going to be a big build. And then also I need to do what I just did, but on the outside of the build itself, which is having some doors, some railings, some different patterns and things on them, just to break it up so it's not just giant flat walls. Because even in Metal Gear, you could see like there was little walkways and doorways, and like, the occasional place had windows. Like you'd have one face where it had like 5 windows in a row. So something like that could be quite cool. And that's just one, man. There's 6. It's so crazy. There's so much. It doesn't look that big sometimes to me when I'm down here. I'm like, yeah, whatever. It's not that big. And then you think about it. It's like, oh my god. And then the core building as well is just insane. So look forward to it all. Because there's so much still to do. But F is almost done. And F will just naturally double its power once A gets up and running, because the heavy oil will just flow along. We've already set it up where it needs to go. So hopefully it just flows seamlessly and gives us all that extra power. Should be good. Alright guys, thank you again very much for watching. I'll be back next Monday. You've guaranteed it with the amount of support on this one. I'd be a bastard if I didn't come back. Save for any incidents that happen between now and then. So hopefully everything's all good. I should be here next Monday, I think. I can't actually remember when I'm going to Amsterdam, but I'll try to make plans for that. Anyway, that's going to be it for today. Yeah, and Rosie is September 3rd, indeed. The infamous September 3rd. And she'll be 19, which would be great. Should be 18, finally legal. Alright, that's going to be it for this one. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.